How you all doing? All righty, so we're back. Wanna reach? Wanna reach and make me know say wanna reach. Yeah, all right. Good, good. We're back in the building. All right, so we're back in the building. We're up and running. All right, cool. All right, so wanna reach. Good, 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 good. Yeah, and as I said, this midweek live going forward, the Dutty Coach series, is where we will talk about life. We're going to talk about, hi, beautiful, what's going on? Me see you, that, me see you there, now. Me see you over there, so. Me see you over there, so.
Mm.
And if you see me, but me see you over there, so.
Don't shot me today.
When,
Busy.
over when we did that on YouTube studio, me did see you.
Oh, you were seeing me.
Yeah.
Oh, I
But me
think
not
I
see
did.
you back over here, so no. So look like there's something wrong with over here. So, but I will sort it out. But I saw you when we were in the YouTube
Oh,
studio.
okay. I'm not good
Mhm.
on the things. I'm never really comment. But the rest of
Mhm.
them there. Mm-hmm. Let me go say hello, world. I remember them greetings that from way back when. Hello, world. You see that?
Yeah. So as I was saying, the Dirty Coat series is where we will come and we let down our hair. But we never have hair. I have to go buy 2 weeks so we can let down hair too. And then we come and we talk and we reason, we advise, we give life's gem and we do that. And we talk about that and we forget all the outside world. And this
Mm-hmm.
Saturday night, no, we can go standpipe, but we will not go to standpipe on this
Yeah,
one.
this
This
one.
is not the
Mm,
standpipe series.
true that.
Right. So we will come here, we will talk. And if somebody want a story for share, you don't want, you can share it anonymously. You don't have to tell, or if you can tell somebody to share it for you, here we will help you. If we can find the advice for you, we will find somebody who can help you. Because I am not no professional. But the truth is, everybody find me with for them story. And when me ready to tell for me can't find nobody. So I have become the resident counselor, the advisor, the punching bag, the everything and everything. So I said, I remember one night I was praying and it keep coming to me that hurting women, because I tell you that I have been there. The good thing is that I am healed. I have forgiven, because you'd never believe it that my husband and I now, I wouldn't say we are bosom buddy, but even Christmas gone. He came at my house and he cooked me Christmas dinner for me and cook everything, any meal, because he's a chef. So any little special meal when he want, he cook it up. Sometimes he cook me Sunday dinner, send it come. No, so we have that sort of relationship now. So I am healed and over that. And I think there are gems and there are things that I can share with other people. Even sharing with people starting over at the age of 48.
Mm-hmm.
I hit rock bottom at 48. And when I say rock bottom, I mean rock bottom, nothing. Lost my house. When me finish pay for my house, when I was 38, I finished paying off all of my mortgage before I was 40 years old. I finished paying my mortgage because I bought my house when I was 27 years old. I bought my house. I finished pay feet at 38. It took me 11 years to finish pay off my mortgage because every month I used to pay 2 mortgage in one. So it took me half the time to pay off my mortgage. The stupid thing that I did was to use my house as a collateral to take a loan to start a business. Because when I got married, first and foremost, I used to work 2 times when my husband used to work. But I didn't see it as an issue then because I loved him. I had the educational capacity to get a better job than him. He was casual work, as what you call it, but he was a driver. But I saw potential in him. He was intelligent, but he didn't have papers because he didn't get to do CXC and them something there. But I saw potential. So I decided that I love you, I will help to build you. That is one of the biggest mistakes I ever make in my life because I build him for other women. So I can give you life lessons in that too. And when that business, I started that business with the hope that he would leave and he could run a business, make him feel like him a man. Because when he go out and him talk with him friend them, he can tell him friend them say I own a business. I funded that business 100%. And I did all of that because I love him. What it cost me in the end. Cost me my business, it cost me my house. Got a bank took away my house because he stopped paying the loan. And when they were going to go to court, me couldn't fight it no more. I was so broken that I couldn't fight that. I just tell them, sell it, take on the money and give me back. When they sold the house and give me back what was left, I didn't have enough to even pay down the deposit on another house. So I had to put it down and save on it before I could get back a deposit to buy another house. So, you know, a lot of those things. And this is where my Dutty couch come in because this was the only thing that survived the furniture them when I had them in storage. So that's why my Dutty couch is so sentimental to me. We are here together. We ain't going nowhere.
Those are more as a shoulder to lean on.
Yeah, my Dutty couch was a shoulder to lean on. There are days when I lay down in this couch and I bawl so till I bawl from daylight till night come. And it's only the Dutty couch one I could tell my story to. So we have a bond. And so I have decided that this will be the symbol of strength and growth for somebody. If even one person I can help or we can help, it will be good enough. Okay. It's natural say I am not building no man auntie. You better come ready. Well, I have now learned that lesson. I learned it late in life, but I have taught my daughters that no, do not build no life with no man. If you're young, yes, but be cautious. Do not build. Build, but build with yourself in mind also. Build with yourself in mind also. Do not build carelessly like me and build and left yourself out the door. Build, but also build with yourself in mind so that if it should collapse, you are not left alone out in the cold. And then I was saying to somebody the other day at my age, Why me could have never go find one man who not come with nothing. Where you going, sir? Bill it and come back.
Mm.
When you finish bill it, you come back. I might wait for you. I'll bill it and come back, sir. Me not helping you to build nothing at this stage in my life. Even so, my mom always told me not to put butter on puss mouth. Why me I tell you, I learned the hard way. You see, love, at that time, I never knew about this yamhead story, no man. I was a yamhead then because when I love with everything within me and me just
Yes.
all in. Me love
Mhm.
without reservation. And that is why they always take with kindness for weakness. I love without reservation. And I guess me get knocked.
You see
Michelle
my
said natural me not even let them know what me have much less. Boy, I made it fool, you know. First and foremost, when my husband know how much money me work. You know, for we used to get paid. I me draw the money, little money, and we have one little draw that we just married in that draw. And me put all of me pay in there, so and him supposed to put all of him pay in there, and then we spend from it. But when you have money going there, sometime by the second week, I him wanna take out money done.
my drought.
I mean, I pay the bills them together. I made sure I was paying the bigger because I paid the mortgage, and as I say, I used to pay two mortgage per month just to pay off for the house. So I
Fast.
usually pay the mortgage. I usually like go supermarket. I usually like take on the heavier bills them because I was working much more than him. And then I was going to university at the time. I made pay my school fee. And so, and then the man start quarrel, say no, true, me start go university, me start show off on him. And me a
Mm.
what should I show off by you with? Me just not
Mhm.
have the time to do certain things when me used to do. Because me have to work and study.
Mhm.
Then he say, me find university man because me have one little classmate who used to live near me and he after school, he used to drop me home. And boy, life start get haywire because all of a sudden now,
The
and me I make
insecurity.
him feel insecure, you know, and him a put
Mhm.
insecurity on himself, you know,
Mhm.
because I am saying I am trying to get a degree. You don't have to get one. That not going to change my love for you.
Mm.
But him couldn't see it that way then. Females don't tell no man about your past relationships too. They use it to cuss you.
Mhm.
It's true too. Just smile. I believe Lisa is at work. Yeah, Lisa is at work, so she can't come up. She's at work.
She
So
was
she will have
here.
to listen,
Yeah.
but she can't come up because she's at work.
Mhm. Let me tell you my inspiration. And I think this is where I went into my marriage with this idea of, and I know in the chat, people say they don't build a man or what have you. So my parents, and I've shared this before, they were they were together for 67 years, married for 63 years until death did they part.
Wow.
When they started out, as my father would say, no, no, you never have nothing. In fact, my mom's sister send back a country go tell my grandparents say them used to call my mother Maggie. Maggie come a Kingston, come find one black dirty foot boy. And that was her thing. But my there was my dad was so committed to my mom that my uncle passed. He said he was so committed that my father, nothing. Him used to ride one bicycle, like when my mom would go to country and stay a little bit. Cause I miss her so much. He used to ride one bicycle. No, the bicycle. Him so one of the time the bicycle puncher, my father put brass. Jesus. The bicycle ride from Kingston, God St. Mary. That's a commitment. I grew up seeing my parents when my parents got married. Um, my mom would tell they both would tell the story. My mom cooked and so on, and she baked the cake. She baked the cake, one like a cake. They had two. They had four witnesses and the priest. My mother make can't be sandwich and mix juice and the cake, and that was the wedding for them. And every year subsequent to that wedding, the celebration got larger and larger and larger, so much so that it became a staple amongst friends of the community. They were married on December 27th. So you can imagine that right smack in the Christmas time. So, that became part of the whole Christmas celebration. And I, s- s- I was the last child. I came and saw my parents working together. My mom used to be a cook at Bellevue, and my dad started out as a security guard. In fellas saying about security guard, him with a watchman at Bellevue Gate. And they grew and they grew and the life grew and what have you. And my dad was the sort of man who worked his money. Him go back them time they him never get them never them never them never have the bank thing. Him go and him cash him check. The envelope when him get from the him get the check, them get the check cash, him come home and him put it on my mother hand. And then she would have give him something outside for him go get him little waters. That was what I grew up seeing. So I had this idea that this was what love is about, you build and what have you. And to tell you the truth, my marriage started out well. I don't know what really went wrong. Miss Ray say, I tell myself say midlife Christ with this man because he was the one who married me and brought me here to Canada. Life was good. He was very generous, everything, and we were doing our thing. And as we were telling the story, one day the man come in and said this marriage has run its course. Next thing we know, he run Ghana, Georgia, gonna get married to this woman. Married two times since our divorce. So I started this to say, thinking about now, you know, you
Good night, Jane Doe.
when you say you forgive someone, Angie,
Mm-hmm.
my he got to the point where is the marriage the person that he left me for and got married to. Say our divorce was finalized in July. July, and the thing said you can't get married before 4 weeks. By September, he was married, and and by December, that marriage was over.
Wow.
By
Wow.
December, it was over to the point where he was a got news from somebody that he was living in his car in Georgia. Now, this
Mm-mm.
was a man who was in Canada as an IT specialist.
Wow.
And when I heard that that was what was happening, I cried. I really cried. I'm like, look. So anyway, I got a message to him saying, listen here, you're not coming to Canada. You have your skills and what have you. What you doing there? See, and that's why I swear so something went wrong with him, right? So I said, no, come back to Canada and and get back to being who you were. Anyway, he came back to Canada and he was living somewhere not far in another town over from me here. And one November, he came to me and said that the place that he was living, it was rented, and the owner, and he was subletting, and the owner said to everyone that it was in the house that he was selling a place, and so on. They never have nowhere to live. He
Really, Jane?
came the November, so this was beginning now. And said it's a Canadian winter, not fit for man or beast. So he came to me
Mm-mm.
and said to me, now I live in a two-bedroom apartment, me and the son, our son that he abandoned us. And he came and he said, he doesn't have anywhere to stay and what have you. You can imagine the chat of the light up now. if he can just stay a while for the winter months and what have you. And I went to our son, uh,
Hey.
only our child, only child together. He and I. He has two other children previous to our man. And I went to our son and I said, and I told our son that this way. My son said, Mom, no.
Mm-mm.
And I said to him, Andrew, this is your dad. I mean, can you imagine him being out there in the cold, harsh winter? He said, Mom, I tell you all the time, you always give to people who don't deserve your energy. This is my son saying this to me. I said, but
About
this
his
is your,
father.
yes.
All the time.
And I said, Andrew, reconsider, please. Now, I'm going through all of this to show you sometimes, sometimes you ignore certain things. Anyway, my son came back and said, okay, mom, he can stay. So set up a party in my living room. Yeah, he called a place for him and make him go and stay. And him did it. While he was here, I
Natural
noticed
say Paul would
something.
have take him.
Eh?
Natural say Paul would have to take him.
No. You know, one of the things I thought about when I came here, when I immigrated here, right? Um, uh, he was the one who was carrying all the bills. He never asked me for anything or anything. In fact, he was when I started working, like I came in November, started working the February, and not very long after that, I conceived, and from my first trimester, the doctor put me on bed rest. And so he was carrying everything, and he never, I know he's my husband and he's supposed to do this and what have you. But he could have show me bad face and do all them things, and he never did. I tell you the truth, I don't know what happened, why. Me just say, always say the Almighty knows that I wasn't supposed to be in that space. Anyway, I'm going through this to say this. He came here, and then I realized that, you know, I I said to him, just for the cold months. As soon as the time get warm, you leave him. But then I noticed that he came. This is I should tell you, he got married again after that other marriage. Okay. So he came here and and I realized that he was reading more into what I term my kindness than anything. I realized that he was probably expecting to rekindle a relationship. And I said, no, that's not going to happen. I said, this is me being kind. But you're my child's father. And I could not sleep at night knowing that you're out there in the cold. So don't even bother entertaining the idea. Anyway, I'm get the message. And then when the time started warming up, I remember this was November that he came, and so the time started warming up, and April, May, April, May. So April, I said to him, okay, so what's your plan? What you going to do? Or when he was coming here, he said, I'll help you pay this. I said, no, you're not going to help me pay anything. I said, save your money so that you can have first some money for rent your place when the time get. So when April was coming around, I told myself, okay, every time I warm up, walk one boss, time for him. Say, all right, give me 2 weeks. Give me 2 weeks, I'm gone. So the 2 weeks come and gone, and see my make the move. So I said, what? They can give me another 2 weeks. I remember it was a Saturday. Me said, no, today. You going. Today. Not
Mm-mm.
today. So anyway, him pick up him things and a vexation, and him go and him
But see,
ask
I'm
our
going
son
to
to
a
help
vex.
him. Yeah. Ask our son to help him take it down to his vehicle. And talk up as I sit here. The man went through that door. Not a thanks. Nothing. Not even dogma gone. You hear me
But
tell you?
the man vex, because the man, he don't stay.
So I say all that to say this. That was that cemented. I mean, like, whereas before I was like, I would be worried about him and all that sort of thing. Before all of that, I realized, as my son say, you give energy to people who don't deserve it. That cemented it for me. To this day, right now, I don't even ask, like my son there, I don't even ask him if him and him father talk. He's just
Mm-mm.
nothing. So yeah, so you know, I went through all that to say just how what I saw from my parents influenced how I thought a relationship and a marriage should be in terms of, I know in the chat you were saying, don't build with a man, let them go with them, what have you. In that sense, when I came here, I rooted up my life in my 30s and came here, immigrated here, because he filed for me. And when I came here with just a little bit of money, he basically carried us, So uh, I was appreciative of that. But then when I saw the fact that he left me and our son waiting on him in a restaurant, we were out there to celebrate. We should have been celebrating our son's 14th birthday.
Oh
And he had
no.
us go to the restaurant because he wanted to come here and pack up him things and run go down to Georgia. It
My
made me have
gosh.
change it. This year, all them
Oh,
things there, 14 years old. My son kept
yeah.
looking at the door, looking at the restaurant door, like, Mom, when is dad coming? Then we get a phone call. Why? Me have to run, go down to the state. Me have to fly out this evening.
Wow.
Not nice.
Yeah.
Mm.
So all of them things are so I feel I'm in a good place. I'd forgiven him for what he had done to us. Not to say forgive him to take him back, but for my peace of mind, I forgave him. But then, in the end, what he turned around and did, I realized that it needed to be that severe for me to stop having any sort of care for him. So I just
Yeah,
wanted
too
to.
soft.
Mm.
Marlene had too soft.
Marley.
It's
Well,
not
I,
stuff
in all
anymore.
fairness, I
Soft.
think Sam Marlene and I would have the same heart because I remember even after my husband left, I remember I got news that he was sick and he was in KPH. And I me have to go down there. The woman them who he left me for. Nobody. He was in KPH for almost a month. And
That's
not
how it
one of
normally
them
goes.
visited him. I
That's
had
how
to
it
go
goes.
down there, go tidy him, take the clothes and carry home and wash and carry on for a month. And me want to go visit him. Every
Mhm.
morning, every evening when me I leave work, I had to go hospital. And me had to take care of him. When he came out of the hospital, I made him stay for a week
No,
until he
you
was
didn't
strong
have to
enough.
take care of him until you chose to
So
do it.
I chose,
true.
yes, I
Oh.
chose to take
Mhm.
care of for a
However,
week
they weren't there for a good time. They weren't there for
until,
a long time. They were there for a good time. And the good
yes,
time
he,
finished. So
yes,
you pick
true.
up and try to
Mhm.
do the nice thing. But me not have them
Me
heart there.
never have to, but I did it. And after a week,
True.
he went home because he lived alone.
True.
And I remember one Sunday again, I was inside and I heard somebody knocking at the gate. And when I look out, it was him. Sunday evening, him hungry.
Mm.
Let me say food. So
Food.
I let him
Food.
in and gave him dinner and
Absolutely.
eat and me see like Uncle Nash shuffle up for go it. So me have to make him know now say
Today.
you know what time he leave now.
Here's a Mali. Today, you have to go home.
Today. Today. Not today.
Today.
Today. But there's something that um um I always share with you guys that my prayer always
It's to be
guide
like your
my path, guide my thoughts, guide my words, guide my actions. And within my soul and in my spirit, if I know I've done all I reasonably can, I feel good. So it may just be from my spirit and my satisfaction, but after, so that when I was able to him to say today, not a day longer than today,
Your
that
conscience
was
was
it.
free. Yeah, because you've done your part. But
Mm.
Yeah.
my mother always told me never build a man. It's fine
Mm.
to build with a man.
With the, which
I
was what
learned
my
the
parents
hard
did.
way, Yvonne.
Don't
I
build a
learned
man.
the hard way. I built one and
No,
then
no,
he
Yeah.
no.
left
Only
me.
thing I build a beer with my God pick me them. Me I got this place, build it here and yeah. But
Yeah.
we're not building no man because you know that these
Hmm.
people are very fickle and they blow with
Yeah.
wherever their mind take them, that's where they go. I think my
Hmm.
mom was the biggest lesson for me when she used to say to me, listen, I was a nurse in KPH. I had
Hmm.
and I was engaged to a policeman named Osborne, and I went off to Scotland to do my midwifery. And while I'm there, he's sleeping with my friend Novlet. And she said,
Hmm.
"Oh, I could have been very nasty and disgraceful. I didn't. I came back to Jamaica, went out to dinner, went to dance, everything with him. And at the end of the night, I just said to him, this is the last we will
Bye
speak.
bye.
Talk. You and Novlet have this baby and you go your way."
Mm.
So he was shocked that my mom knew. And my mom was like, listen, I'm not going to take no foolishness from no man. I am an independent. I have my own money. And if somebody wants to be in my life, they're going to treat me as such. And if they don't
Hmm.
respect me, I am not
Respect.
sitting
Yeah.
down with them. So that was embedded in me. And she always tell me, say, no, rub no butter, no puss mouth.
Love it.
Fill up no stray cat. Don't bother
Mhm.
with the milk and make them come at your gate every day, every night. I feed
Mhm.
them. Make a
Mhm.
man be a man. You see your father, who he is. He gives to us. He does for us. He protects us. He wants us to have the best. Don't sit down and make no man feel like them better than you, because what they will do, they will take and take and take. And when they're ready to go to who they really want to be with, they're going
They
to leave
do.
you high and dry. And I've seen it with so many of my friends. Now, I am
Mhm.
married. My husband is a wonderful person. He works, I work. We build our money together, we put it together. I still have my money on the side in my other account, and he can take from his account. And if he wants to purchase Clarks and whatever, shoes and sneakers, whatever, it's fine. What we have for ourselves together, that's ours, right? That's ours.
Mhm.
Have that communication and that relation, that no matter what, we're always trying to make each other better. We
Yeah.
want the best for each other. So it's different than being with somebody and then I am putting out 80% and that person is just putting 20, and yeah, beg them to wash the little dishes and
I'm
then
still
make a big whole issue out tight. And no, you have to be on the same page. And I think a lot of the older school women who really, like my grandmother's time frame, they didn't have much options because the man was the one that was working
Really, yeah.
with the children.
Breadwinner.
And so whatever them did get, then just take it. And I think that kind of irked my nerves when I heard some of my mom's older friends saying, "But wait, what you mean you have two accounts? What you mean? What?
Mm.
Your husband doesn't give you a little money?" And I'm like, what? No. No, we're not waiting for a man to give us anything. We're going for it. And if my husband didn't have much, and I knew the potential of his growth was exponential, or he was going to go further in life,
Mhm.
I have no problem working with him and helping him, because I've had
Mhm.
many friends who were with people who didn't have much. And when you look and see how far they've gone together, it's like,
Mhm.
wow. But when you
Yeah.
have one person who's not on that level, who does not want more for themselves, and you
Yeah.
have a pull and a drag and a do everything, that can't be right neither. Right?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Balancing everything.
Mhm.
My mother always say, hey, balance your scale, girl. Away at a oh,
Oh,
no man not supposed to come and tell you, say, lend me a $50. Him supposed to look and give you money for do your toes and your fingers and whatever, right?
mhm.
And it's always good to give to each other.
Yeah.
Reciprocation. You can't just take. And please, to all the little Jezebels and the Jagabites out there who think them can just tell man to give them money just so. Everything come with a
Mm.
cost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
that was just my little take. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The funny thing, as I said, from my standpoint, I grew with my grandmother. So there were some things that I remember even in the early stages of my marriage when I started seeing signs of having problem.
Mm-hmm.
When I spoke to my mother, her only encouragement was, why, my baby, no
Just
mind, see what you can do, endure
stick
it.
it out.
And then I realized that my mother no give me the
The
tough
support.
hard
Yeah.
talk and tell me, say, girl, wise
Get
up
up,
and
wake up.
your money and wake up and get up. No, my
She
mother
don't come from that time.
my mother did not give me
She come from
that
that time.
talk.
She didn't come from
My
that
mother
time.
Mm-hmm.
gave me the submissive talk and the no
Hang on,
mind,
be
so
there
then
for him.
see, and
Mm-hmm.
that was a story that my mother gave. But then I realized that she knew no better because that was what she was taught.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
But and then again, the other thing that I think compounded my issue, why I stayed for 10 years, 10 long years of which I shouldn't stay, was the
Mm.
fact that I grew up in church. I got baptized when I was 11, going 12 years old. So church was the only life I
You
knew.
knew.
And
Mm-hmm.
in church, them tell you, say, no, in church, when you got married, it was unheard of for complain say you're having marital issue. Is either you're not trust God enough, you're not pray hard enough,
True.
you not talk to God, you don't have enough faith,
Now you're
are
not
you
pay
not
your tithe.
submissive? Are you not submissive to your husband?
True.
And so I suffered a lot and keep it in because I mean I want to tell nobody
Mm-hmm.
because I am the praise and worship team, a Sunday school teacher,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, public relation officer, yeah,
Wow.
church secretary,
You're
yeah,
all
youth
in.
leader. I was everything. No, fi me fi have so much position and have marital problem that no sound like me save.
Mm.
So I couldn't afford for them judge me that way. So I
Mm.
kept it inside and suffered in the quiet. When I talk to my pastor tell me, say, me must pray and endure. Me not fast enough. Me not pray enough. And me need to trust God more. And so I suffered for 10 years till one day something go off in my head and said, no, girl, after you're no idiot.
Mm.
Yeah.
You're no idiot. And so, and that was when I started drifting from the church, which was wrong, but I didn't know no better at the time because I just wanted freedom.
Freeness, yes.
And I figured the furthest I could go from these people and this man, it would be the
Better
best for
for you.
me. So I
Mhm.
just separate myself from him and
And
them.
the
And
church.
them.
Mhm. And then it took
Mhm.
me a long while to get back into that groove because I
Mhm.
started having resentment. Because when I left, them put all of the blame on me.
Mm.
Say because me did want turn back, and because me did want go in the world, and the man in do me nothing that me couldn't stay. Nobody knew what was going on at home, you know. And so I have learned so much from these things now. Life, I've learned so much.
Correct.
And so, and there are a lot of women who are going through the same thing, are suffering the same thing, you know. Church, I
Mhm.
know easy thing to deal with, you know. You have to know God for yourself to stay at church, you know.
Yeah.
Remember me tell you
Mhm.
that. If
Enough
you
for the
don't know
week.
what
Because that's
God
where
for,
some of
church is not for the weak.
Not for the week.
that's where some of the biggest hypocrites are. Let me
Mhm.
tell you.
Well, a lot
And
of them
then
are bench warmers, and let's keep it real because you
Mhm.
put on your fancy hat and your frock, and you're going to church, and you sit down and you sing the loudest, and you're praising the most, and you're giving the most. And when you go home, your life is in a shambles, but you can't tell nobody because you're too ashamed because you have this facade that you're holding, right? I, I,
Mhm.
I don't want to hear from church people most of the time because at the end of the day, you have to have a personal relationship with Christ. You cannot tell me that you're in church and you're just listening to the sermon, but your heart
Mhm.
has not been changed. You're not converted. You don't
Mhm.
feel sense of, oh, my spirituality is important. Judgment day is coming. I need to get my life in order. If you can't tell me that, then please don't want to hear nothing, because enough of the past of them, for them life really not good.
Mm-mm.
They're on the pulpit every day preaching and telling. And like you said, you couldn't even go to them and say to them, my husband and I are in this church and we are suffering really badly. We are struggling in our relationship. You couldn't even do that because there is a sense of shame. Like you don't even want to tell people because you
Yeah,
know that
it's you feel ashamed to
of
tell
course,
people that
of
you are
course.
going through certain
Oh,
things.
yeah.
Because when I talk to the church mothers and we said to them, and like I will say, I do this and what did I do wrong?
Right.
Their first thing is that you need to trust God.
Mm.
I don't know how more to trust God than when me did I trust it. You need to trust God. You need to pray. You know not pray because young people not pray enough. You have to trust God. You have to go up and fasting. And nobody is addressing the issue and the problem that you are having.
Indeed.
Then keep I tell you, trust God, pray, trust God. Me don't know what
And
they
when
mean. Then
and you
can
know
me
what?
think me did I trust him.
When you finally started trusting him, when you and listening, and him take you out of it,
Well, he
because
released
he had
you.
it right, it took
God
you out of it.
released you.
Mhm.
Yeah, he took you out of it. That's why my mom. I remember my mom saying that, because I was so crushed when my marriage broke up. Because imagine, me did I go and live my life, best life, hot girl, nails, hair done, everything, jewelry, and then I do I do my thing. I tell people the 30s were the best years of my life. Anyway, that's a story. That's a book coming. But and then when I finally decide
Oh
to
no.
to to settle down, and I got married at what, 36, 35, 35 years old. I got married, and and uh, and thought
Wow.
this was it, because the guy said,
Yeah. So
you know
sorry.
what song I got proposed to? With
Which song?
for you, Kenny Lattimore.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah.
it.
yeah.
This
Um,
year, you know the
Mm.
song
well,
that
Kenny
was.
Lattimore couldn't even keep his marriage, so I'm
Well,
not even.
my song was 1 in a million. My husband sing that to
Them.
me on my wedding day.
Mhm.
1 in a million,
Million,
you.
you. Me tell you
And
how
where are
the.
they for today?
Me don't
Hmm?
know.
Huh?
Exactly.
Who? What you
They're
say?
just for a season. I said, and where are they for today? Because nothing that
Them
is real
gone.
would
Them
not feel
gone.
like that. If it were real, it
Oh,
would
you
feel.
know, say it was like about 2 years ago. I remember it wasn't 2 Christmas ago when he came to cook, because for the past 5 years, almost every Christmas now, is him come and cook Christmas dinner for me, or him cook it at him house and carry it come.
Oh, yeah.
So about 2 Christmas ago when he came and he was cooking, him said to me, say, he said to me, say, why? Say yeah, the best thing ever happened to me. So me said, don't even bother go there, no. Don't even bother
Mm-hmm.
go with that
Soften
story
them
there,
one,
no.
soften we up.
Just cook it dinner and go your yard. Don't
He
even go
still
there
very
with me. And
exposed,
then him
kindle.
said to me, say, even to this day, anybody he meets, him
You could
introduce me as him wife.
No.
And him
because you're
tell
the best
people as
person
him, me
in
him
life.
wife.
Yeah.
And him will never get
Oh,
another
classmates.
wife. Me don't know when things that that's supposed to mean to me. Because you are
Mm-hmm.
no longer my husband.
Yes.
That much me know.
Mhm. Yeah, sorry,
But
too bad, so sad. Yeah, you
but
messed up.
he lives to regret it now. I
Yeah.
remember because he went back to a different church, and I remember one day his pastor's wife called me. And she was telling me that I was speaking to your husband and he still loves you. I'm saying supposed to love me because of that the Bible say. But
Mm-hmm.
there is them in our come back.
Mm-hmm.
So she said
Not
she wants
happening.
to meet with us to pray. And I was telling her, I said, here her story go now. You see where who know that pan?
Middle.
Me
I know
not a
that
fan
me
it.
the pan.
I know
So
that real fan.
I know that me the pan. So you see what
Middle of that.
Uno have a pray to God for put back the union together. While me they are pray to God for no making
Keep
come
it.
back.
Separate
So
us apart.
we not depend the same wavelength. So it no make no
There's
sense
no
we meet.
binding us
It
together.
no point in us meeting
It
because
must
me
be
don't want
together,
him back.
yeah.
So she didn't call me back because
Of
I guess she
course, you
did. She
don't
didn't
say
have,
them.
that was the first and the last time she called.
Mhm. You know what me said, and some people may not agree with this. Um, some people come into your life for a reason in a season,
True.
Mm-hmm.
and I think when I think of got married in 1999, and my marriage dissolved in the proclamation was 2017. 2015 October was the day when 2015 October 12th. I remember because it was Canadian Thanksgiving Day, and that was the day the man said, "This marriage has run its course."
Mm-mm.
So I see it as, because here I am today. For one thing, I'm here in Canada. I didn't go to Jamaica. He came to Jamaica for me. Up until that day, or a few months before that time, he was treating me perfectly. He was treating me perfectly. I remember it was our 15th 15-year anniversary, and he took us to Niagara Falls, rented the honeymoon suite, top
Mm-mm.
overlooking the fall,
I
jacuzzi. It was 2015. This was July 2015. And by October 2015 is when the man said this marriage has run its course. When I look back in these things, I must say, you know what, some people may disagree with this, but when I look, I'm saying, who, but there was something there. The Almighty was doing something. He was doing something. Uh, so I think that's why, because having me treated us right, because um our son, and up to that point,
Yeah.
something just happened. Something just happened, and it just went like this. But I remember, and you see, mothers who are in tune, mothers who love their children, are in tune with their children, just have this sixth sense. I can't explain it. I
Mm-hmm.
remember one Monday evening, we were arguing. We were arguing. And my phone rang, and the phone, and they announced, call from so and so. It was my mother calling at that very moment. And when I
mm-mm.
answered the phone, when I answered the phone, she said, "What's wrong?" I'm like,
Mm-mm.
Mama, you just told me, I asked me what wrong. She said, something is not right. What is happening?
Wow.
Uh, and I
Mother's
said,
instinct.
yeah. She said, I knew. But anyway, when the whole thing got on with me and him and what have you, I remember for a month. I can tell folks it wasn't longer than a month. This was October 12th, 2016. And by November 30th, or the end of November, I cried. I was all cried out.
Mm-mm. Already, please, and
I
call.
was all cried out. I mean, not even I remember it was the Thanksgiving Monday, and then the Tuesday I had to go back to work, right? And I remember I got off the train and walked into my office, and I walk all the road, and the big Toronto, and I ball. You hear me tell you? I walk, go to work, and tears was just coming down. It was, and I got there, and I got to my desk, and I put my head on, and I remember my boss came to me at the time. It was a woman, and she came and she said, Marlene, come in my office. Come in my office. And I said, I can't work today. And she said, what? I said, I can't work today. And she said, okay, go home. go home. And when I came home, um, from that time, I think I took the rest of the week off. And from that time, I'm in a mean sniffle.
And good balling.
Dung, everything.
Balling.
Me
Good
mean
balling.
holla. Me mean
Mm.
ball. Someone
Cover.
so till our son came out and he said, "Mom, I've been in the kitchen," and he said, "Mom, what can I do for you? How can I make this stop? How can I make you stop hurting?" And I'm like, Andrew, I just need to get it out. I just need to. I said, go in your room and close your door. Just cry. Let me just cry. And I cried, get it all out. And I remember I'd gone back. But sometimes, like in thinking, talking to you, I remember I was writing, because sometimes when things bother me, I'd write. So I had a writing pad that I'd write stuff.
Yeah,
This is
I
what
do.
the
I
doctor told
journal
me
those
today.
things.
Yeah.
So yeah.
A lot.
I
So the
journal
doctor,
a lot.
yeah. And I remember during that time, I found, so there was a shoebox with uh, all the cards we got for our wedding, anniversary stuff, blah,
Mhm.
blah, blah. And I have this pad in there as well. And was reading the pad and I realized there it was. You were capturing stuff, but it wasn't conscious, like little things I was writing down and so on. And when I read it, and it was a Sunday, I remember, after I sat in my chair right there, and I called my son. I said, Andrew, I said, I'm done crying.
Hmm.
I said, I'm done crying.
Your tears.
Yeah. I remember my mom had called me too during this time. She was still alive, and she said to me, she said, sweetheart, I had a dream about you. And I
Wow.
said, which dream that, mama? And she said, I saw you flying. She said you were flying.
Mhm.
So don't worry, you'll be okay.
Mhm.
And I
And
think that was a
okay.
yes.
Yes, I thought I cried for about a month too, and
Mm-hmm.
then I just pack it up because I left. I remember, I know this is my house. I
Mm, I hear
bought
it
that
there.
house. The
Mm,
title was in my name alone because I bought that house before. 2 years before we got married, I bought that
mm-hmm.
house. And I
Mm-hmm.
pack up 2 bags for me and my daughter. And I left that house the day. And I checked into a hotel. And I stayed at that hotel for about 2 weeks.
Mm,
And till I max out my credit card. And then I look for a furnished apartment and I rented and I move on. I cried for about a month. I cried so till sometime I could even open my eye. But after the
yeah.
month, I picked myself up and that was it. And I said, no, I
Mm-hmm.
have to go live for because at the time my daughter was like about
Yeah.
8, 9 years old. And I had to pick myself up and just we move on. And from there I never look back.
Yeah. And that's the thing, when you have someone depending on you, which was our son.
Her daughter.
It's like I'm like, okay, shake this off, shake it
Mhm.
off, and get going because you
Mhm.
need to now care for this young man. You need to. So when I told him I'm done crying, he said, "What? What you mean, mom?" And I said, "You're going to see because all his life he has seen the mom who was married to his dad. He saw this woman contained." This woman who kept her mouth because she didn't want to disrespect this man. Because I'm tell you something, have a mouth as you drop it, me pick it up. Me can't answer you. I was sharp like this, and I could say
Well, I
things
mean
that
that
could
my
sting.
me the two
Yes,
sharp on my mouth.
yes, you said things that I could. You said things better. Some people that say better me cut them than say certain things to them the
Well,
way
my that
it.
well
Yeah.
True.
that my husband to tell me say
Mhm.
he used to tell me say, oh, because the truth is which some the other day I was sitting on and my daughter was saying to me, why mommy, you know say you may get it from because
Mhm.
I was saying that I used to deliberate with the
That's good.
words that I tell my husband, because when me
Mm-hmm.
tell you, it must burn you. So
Yes.
when
You
me
go
tell
for the
him things,
jugular.
for weeks him repeat it. Because I remember one day we were saying something, and I don't remember what he said to me, and me say, imagine, after me waste my marketable years them with you. I mean, I nothing for sure feet. Me
Mm,
Well, that
waste
is the most
10 of
hurtful
my
part, you know.
marketable
That is
years
the
with you.
most hurtful part, that you
yeah.
actually devote your time and love and
Mm,
energy to
I
a person,
spent 10 of
and
my
they
And
most
have not
it just
marketable
feel
years with
wasted.
you, with
Mm-hmm.
people who came
that
by
hurt.
who were much better than you, and me give them up for you. And now me not nothing for sure feet. Me say you were a waste of time and space and energy.
I have learned
So
to
so
watch
he
my
always
words.
tell me say
I
him
have
prefer
learned.
when me him say when me tell him things to this day, some things when me tell him it's still burning, because me make sure say anything me tell you it must burn you.
Well, I
Yeah.
know for myself, my husband is from Tobago, and you know, send me a United Nation.
Mm-hmm.
And my mouth is very reckless. I've always
Mm-hmm.
had a very quick
We
mouth, a
know.
very peppery tongue. And my mother used
We
to say,
know.
girl, your mouth is a
Yeah,
disgrace.
well, that is
So
what
I
I
always
know.
grew up with all my family used to say, oh, you know, say she know nothing about her. I take a egg that. And I'm not a take a egg. However,
You
I'm a
just say
Scorpio
it.
and I'm very quick to respond.
Yes.
I'm not a
Sharp.
pretender. I'm very straight. And
Mm-hmm.
when I met my husband, that
Yes,
had
natural.
changed very quickly. My husband was like,
Yeah.
excuse me, I'm not into them drama. And if you feel
Mm-hmm.
like you're gonna be talking all kind of ways, like we have no
I
time,
didn't Bayesian
we have no
accent.
time. No, he's from Tobago. He's Trinidad and
Tobago, got
Tobago.
to yeah,
And he's just
Tobago,
like,
yeah.
don't try them thing with me. And I had to learn how to curtail.
Yes.
I had to really, because again, when you're married, there is
Yeah, you have
a
to.
level of
Yeah, you
respect.
have to know if to tone it
You
down.
You're
have
no
to learn
longer
how
an
to do that, and
individual, you're
you can't
part of
do it.
a
And that is why
union.
we have so much divorce. Communication
Mm-hmm.
and monetary, financial issues.
Yeah.
Communication is very key to your
Mm-hmm.
relationship. And I feel like as soon as he said to me, I ain't into them drama. So if you feel like you coming with them kind of story, girl, I good. And I was like, yo, I'm not know my talk about because
Tired.
and he was like, you can still be yourself. You don't need to curse and you
Mm-hmm.
don't need to be on the top of your voice. I'm right here.
Mm-hmm.
We got to be on the same page. And so I learned
To
literally,
tone it
he makes
down.
me better. He does because I'm like, yo, Brent. And he's like, hello. Why the neighbors have to hear you? We have to talk so long. So you kind of get a sense of wanting to be better. You want to be better. And I
Yeah.
think Marlene, when your husband said your time is run out, like this thing has run its course, he had already known long before he said it to you. It's like when women
Mm-hmm.
are done, emotionally we check out long time.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes a while for us to figure out how we're going to exit. But you've already
Mm-hmm.
detached yourself. Emotionally, we
Yeah.
detach before we physically leave. And
Leave.
I'm
That's
thinking
true.
that your
Because,
husband had done something
yeah,
at that point. He probably didn't know how,
because
Emotionally.
but
yeah,
he was
because
already planning it. Because that's why he went so extravagant with the anniversary,
well,
you know.
here's the thing too. He was the sort of person who said he doesn't want to work for anyone. So he bought into a franchise, a cleaning franchise, right? So as I said, he was a service specialist, a IT specialist, or what have you. But because he had this mindset, he just wanted to work for himself, and I think this is probably one of the signs. I came in one evening from work, and he said to me, he worked with a big bank in Canada. Him said to me, without any discussion with me, he said, I left the job,
Mm-mm.
Just so, no talk. I'm thinking
Mm-mm.
of, I think we need to switch into another
Mm-mm.
area of work. No,
Wow.
sir. Make
Wow.
Brent try that now.
The
Come home and
business. So the business was, so here's the
come home
thing.
and do a job.
He
Wow.
his business was growing so much so that he was having employees now and he was having his things. So I just feel like, but I said to him, said, I had said he had before said, he was thinking of leaving. I said, grow the business first. Make sure you get to a point where it's sustainable and then you can leave. So he was, anyway, long and short, he just came in one evening and said, leave the thing. And his business was doing well. And I said to
Leave
him,
yourself because my
in my line
business.
of work, I said to him, he said, he said to me, he said, why don't you quit the job and let us work, let us go into business together? I said, "Hmm."
You must
I
quit
said
your
that,
job.
yeah, my
No,
job is a very good job. A very good job. People say
no.
it's like you come off of the boat and you just walk into this job. It is a very good job. And at the time, I was like not too long diagnosed with diabetes, and that's an expensive
Need insurance.
the insurance and all that thing. So I said no. I said, and I printed off a copy of the insurance thing, like the cost and so on. I said, this is what it costs for me to maintain my health. He
Mhm.
said, oh, I can get insurance. I'm like, no, that don't sound like a good idea. I think the descent started from there
Oh,
because he
because you
saw,
refuse to leave
You're
your.
yeah,
not
yeah.
investing in him. You don't believe in the
Mhm.
business.
And he said that. So what I started doing was, hey, there's so much story, so much other things that happened that I haven't touched on. Another time I tell you. But I remember I would go. He said, no. I said, let me use the skills that I have to help with the business, which is the administration part. Because my job is in finance. I said, let me do that. He said, no, that's not where I need you. I need you on the ground. I need you to be out there with me. So he was is the franchise he bought into was a cleaning business, the clean office spaces and so on. And he has some really big clients. And I said, no, what was happening? I would, because sometimes he was getting the account because he was really good, and he was getting the accounts and so on, but he didn't have the manpower to handle some of them. I'd go to my 9 to 5, come home,
And then
prepare,
go. Yeah.
and go.
Mm.
Sometimes I'd go on places by myself. I drive there and do whatever. And I remember one of his business was this big tech company that was one of his clients. And I remember we were working how many floors, and I was like, come on, let's hurry up and do this because I want to go home and sleep so I can get up to go work in the morning. And he dragged and he went off. Me no know when you leave the job, me tell you to come work with me, this is for us, this is blah blah blah. So yes, you're right. Things were going downhill, I suppose, like
It was
a
going
blinded
downhill.
my yeah, blinded my. But can you imagine if me they left me good
But
job?
this is what I was just gonna ask.
Mhm.
Suppose you
Mm-hmm.
actually left your job for
Mm-hmm.
someone to then turn around and say, "We run with course, we done know."
Yes, can you
Yeah,
imagine?
and
Tell
go
her
and
about the
leave you on
business.
your
What
face.
you wouldn't have any job, you wouldn't have insurance, you wouldn't have no
Yeah,
security. There's nothing there.
nothing.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you
Mm-mm.
could be vexed. I don't want vex. I believe in you and whatever you want to do for yourself with your business, I support. I am not gonna give up my dreams and my job with my
To come,
security
yeah.
provide for you to feel strong within yourself because it's all about ego for men.
A
So you were
ego, and
supposed to
that's why
grow
that's
with
why I'm gonna say,
ego.
yeah. I was
When I
leaving.
say grow
Sometimes it
with
would take
business,
so.
have a
Sometimes
good
it would take so long. I'd be leaving a site to come home, bathe, get our son ready for school, and get myself ready to go to work like this, back back to the point where I ran myself
right.
ragged, where I
Mm,
was without rest. I was shaking. I
Okay.
wow.
was.
But you weren't
You ever get
completely broken. You
jitters?
were broken, but you weren't shattered.
No, I was just
No.
standing there and was shivering.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I
you
remember
were tired because you were running
very
yourself
tired. I
through
wasn't resting. I was
yeah,
just doing
you weren't
Your
resting.
body was running
yeah,
on empty. It's like a car with
empty.
no gas. You
And
can't go nowhere.
I remember that I went to doctor and the doctor sent me home. He said, you need rest. It was in August. It was
You're
the
lucky you didn't have
August.
a nervous breakdown.
Listen,
Mhm.
send me home. So I'm here. Serena Williams was playing tennis, US tennis. I'm there watching. Me the on sick leave, you know. The man come through the door and he look come in and see me say, Imagine you're there home and you continue come out me. I said, are you crazy?
What?
And you're
Yes.
sick.
To the left, to the left. Everything you own in the back to the left. Hey, I don't know if you respond to them man there. But them
Oh
man they
no.
couldn't there with me because them would have definitely said me a Jezebel like how Mr. Whoever says so. They
Yeah.
would have been like girl bye because certain thing well I think that my attitude is from a different place and I think all
Yeah.
the time
Mhm.
when you grow is like how you
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
yeah me not dealing with that. Sorry.
Yeah, the man say that home and you come at
Cry
tired.
for weeks and months. Me I cry for one day and then me done.
Yeah,
Me
boy. I'm do me give him a month.
so if Brent
Yes,
is
A
I
month
sending
and a
cried
few
for
me
about a
weeks.
month.
I will cry.
Yeah.
And after me cry, the one cry, my God, cause I feel me lost, I not feel me lost. Me is a good
Yeah.
man. I know
Yeah.
my word. So you're gonna feel away because you've put
Yeah.
all this energy into someone that you love. And
Yep.
for them to turn around and
Proud
just
and yes, and keep being
up and just shred you
Yeah,
up.
I cried because I stayed for 10 years.
Yeah,
mm,
10 years I stayed.
auntie, wait.
mhm.
10 too long years
Yes,
because it's
yes.
sad
Too
part
You were
long,
about
you're
trying, you
right
were
about
that
that one
my
day.
marriage ended from the second year. From the second year, I saw signs that it had ended. So the other 8 years was endurance. I endured the
mm,
other eight
Torment
years.
yourself. But I understand also because like I said, growing up in a particular time, there was nobody to say, pick up your bag and run.
There was nobody
mm,
Pick up your
who
bed and
tell me
run.
say
Nobody
me
there
fi
did to do that.
go.
Because
Everybody
they
say you must
themselves did
stay
not. And
and
my
you
mom
must
always tell me that.
fight
You have
and
to
you
meet
must
people where
fight
they
for it.
are. And
And what
they don't
God
know any
put
better.
together, let no man put
and
asunder. And
mhm.
you must fight for it and you must fight. And then me I say the good thing. And I
One
say
somebody
no,
can't fight.
that
And
Your
is
one
it
so
hand
because
can clap.
two people have to
that
be
was
humble.
not what
You
he
cannot
Hmm.
fight. One
wanted.
hand cannot clap. So
Yeah.
it's foolish to sit in something that does not serve you. I have a friend that's going through something right now, and
Mm.
the husband is already out the door, and she's like, it's not over." And I'm saying, "It's
Oh,
been over.
yeah. Mm.
It's been over, and yours just stuck. You're not willing to
Himself.
face
Yeah.
You're
what."
funny.
It don't make sense. You see,
No,
you
You're
are,
running
and the
your
you
funny
are,
thing,
natural
you
for
are,
life.
no,
You're running your
I
track
was
star.
trying to
You're
be
running.
the faithful, and I tell people again, because even during that 10 years,
mm-hmm,
my husband was unfaithful. I knew, I
mm-hmm.
found out, but I try to turn a blind eye to
Yes.
see if he would change. I try to do things to see if he could. And it wasn't because I was insecure and it wasn't because I didn't have any self-esteem. It was all because
The church
we
tell you
were
that
in
you have to do.
church
Yeah.
and church say
Mm-hmm.
you must fight and you mustn't give up and you must learn to forgive because then say you must turn the other
Other
cheek
cheek,
and you must forgive 70
times
times 7.
7. Yeah, we
And
know
I
the
did
drill. We know
all of
that. Yeah.
that
We not do
just
that.
to
Yeah.
forgive this man and he not change.
Adultery is a cause for divorce. It's in the Bible. We can move on.
Mm-hmm.
Father God said we can move on. Adultery.
Mm-hmm.
If your
Yeah.
partner dies, you can remarry. And if
Mm.
someone steps out of the relationship and
But
has a
then
Yeah.
during all of that, no,
you can go
I
on.
remember I tell myself, say, I will endure certain things, but any day you ever make the devil fool you and you
Mm.
decide say you are gonna put your hand on
Oh
me,
no.
Yeah, and you
it
live
Mm-mm.
is
with a
it
broke
is
it up.
death
I'm a broke
before
it off. I'm a
dishonor.
Mm-hmm.
broke it off. I
Man.
always
It
tell
is
people,
death
don't
before
try me to try
dishonor.
Jesus. Don't
And
do it.
so he never tried
Tried.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I remembered when I left and he found out because then my daughter was in prep school. And I remember I called him and I said to him, say, because every 3 months we used to have to pay a prep school fee. And I called him and said the school fee soon you. He tell me, say, look how much primary school government got. And you choose to send I go prep school. That is your problem, not mine.
So,
So I said, okay, I will work and send me picnic go to school because I need to tell so I pay my daughter school fee and I do everything. And then he started coming to where I move and him start tell the neighbors them say,
Jeez.
I true me did that have man with him have to
Jeez.
run me. and him disgrace me and him tell, and he
Like a
came there
booting,
he
like a
came there
get
one
right
day,
thing.
and I said okay. So I went and I buy one machete and I beg one friend I have a fish sharp make for me. And I go down at the police station and I tell them what happened. And the policeman said to me, say, okay, make sure, say, whatsoever you do not do it outside. Make sure you come inside. And I'm sure you know what that means. And you did not talk to me because I never tell you so. I say you don't have to say another word, sir.
Oi, oi.
Say less. Say
Say
less.
less, sir. Say less, sir.
They must
Yeah.
come in at the house for scandal. Yo.
The policeman say,
Yeah.
make sure you don't do him anything outside. Make sure you come inside and you know what that means. I said, say less, sir. And he said, remember, you did not hear it from me. I said, sir, I don't even know you. I've never seen you from the day I born.
Never
No,
see you.
but no, never. I don't think he even entertain that because guess what?
But
As we said,
apparently the Lord was on his side
oh, see you
because
sir.
another week he came and I was so friendly. I invited him in. And you know what he told me about a year after? He said, the morning when I came there, he said, I want to use bathroom. I said, come and use the bathroom with all pleasure. He said, when I told him that, he saw something just come over him and he thinks, said, don't go, leave. I said, the Lord was on your side because there's somebody would have read about you in the paper and they would have see you on the
We had to
news.
put one frying pan and lick him down.
Oh, Jesus,
Talk
man. He
up
said
in there today.
the machete
On
sharp.
your for both sides.
And my
Jesus,
father used to tell
premeditated.
me, it was premeditated. And my father used to tell me, say, when you are going for him, do not give him no chance to get up to come at you.
No, just done it.
Just do it well the first time, because you might not get a second
Then
chance.
the phone
And I
there,
said,
they over
don't.
chat. No.
So I remembered all of that. So I said, if me have to put myself through all of that, oh no. So
No,
I
not
said,
worth
no,
it.
We're not going
I
jail
tell
for
you,
no
do
man.
not come back
We're
at
not
my
doing
house.
that.
And we're not
Mm-hmm.
going through this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Not doing it.
You
If
know?
you get to that place that you know you're going to actually commit a crime or do something that's gonna end up putting you in a
Oh,
worse
Jesus.
position,
You
Mm-hmm.
know,
that
Michelle.
can't work.
Not
That's
worth
the
it.
Straight
Not
devil
worth
and
bullshit,
it.
run.
Michelle.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just leave.
Listen now,
He would have
my
met his maker, but the
on
Lord
its
had other
side.
plans
And the
for him.
IGI say he would have met his maker as well. That's
So
just
No, the Lord
because it's not
had
worth
other
it.
plans
It's
for
really not
him.
worth it. When you
And then
think
when
back,
I
yeah.
saw that, I realized that this is not the life that I want. I have two
No.
beautiful
too much.
daughters
Yeah,
who
you
are
have too much to
depending
live
on
for.
me.
That's
I can't
right.
afford to go to prison for this
Thank God,
man.
Andy, you're
yeah.
friends. Thank God you woke up out of that dream.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. You know worth
Because
it.
sometimes people can
What
push
you
you, you
want
know.
it to be. It's what it is. I tell people
Mm-hmm.
all the time, like the reality is what it is, not what you
Mm-hmm.
fantasize it to be.
Yeah.
And me
Life
used to tell
to be.
myself, say, no man put their hand on me and get to cut me. Can't catch you when you're awake, you must drop asleep.
Well, I always
It's
tell
fair enough.
people my father has never hit me. My father just
Never.
have to say, huh? I'ma just say, uh-huh,
Fair.
and that is it. So if
That
my
was it.
father who
That
made
was the
me
thing.
never
When I was
touch me,
growing up,
you
my
never gonna get
father
the chance to
never
touch
beat
me.
us.
Yeah.
Because my
You can't
father
touch
said he does not believe in because he never want none of him daughters to grow up things that it was
that
It's
is
okay for
okay
a
to be
man to beat
beaten.
a
exactly.
woman.
That is
Yeah.
So my
exactly why
father
my dad never
never
hit
beat
me.
me.
My father spoke
Yeah.
to me. He always would
Yes,
say,
him
listen,
speak to
when
him,
I say
discipline
something,
me.
you need to adhere to it, and if you don't, then you'll be punished.
But my
But he
father don't
never
beat me because
lifted
my
hand.
father say no,
Mm-hmm.
Never
no
lifted hand
name
to
daughter them for grow up thinking it was ever okay for a man to beat you or to put a hand on you.
No, my
So
mother was
I have
different because she have
never
to
been
brush
in
and
a
comb and all sorts
relationship
of
where
stuff.
a
So
And
man
everything
can,
I've share doing.
if you put your hand on me, I go put back for me pan you.
Listen, yeah. Me a woman, you know. Me grew up with
right,
two
same
brothers,
here.
two older brothers, and most of my cousins were male. So knowing how to defend myself, I knew how to defend myself. I made it strong. I only know that make cause you see the other day I come I made it yeah. You see the day come out here talk about playing netball. This year,
Mhm.
me playing netball every
Used
single
to
day of
play
the week. Me
netball
play
too. When I
when
played
me that
netball
go
for
school,
night school too.
when me play for school, After I leave school, I pay for business house. I'm a play in my community. And one at a time I go for national tryouts. Yeah.
Wow. Girl,
So
could I play in
every
it,
day,
Yeah, go
me
on good.
trunk. When you used
If
to
you
look on my
take the ball
tie,
and
them,
let him down when him tell you say it over,
yeah.
I
Me
swear. And that's it.
then I was thinking,
Never
I
take up the
was
ball and just say pop.
strong. So it won't
Just
even
put him down with
it
it.
wouldn't even think about it
No,
because
man.
I could be. And even when I came here to Canada, one of my thing was finding a netball team. I did find a netball team to play with. I had to travel a lot. So I had the strength, and as you can see me, I'm not a small lady, not a small lady. So I wouldn't even try anything. But back to him, I was gonna say one of the kickers, after he left, and I was okay, fine, this is it. I went on the Canadian side, federal side, to see because we had a 14-year-old son. And there was a table there to see how much child support you would need to pay me. You see, when I plugged them figure in, because with his business, his business wasn't really making any money. So when he did his tax each year, he would actually record a loss. And it wasn't cooking the books. He really wasn't making it. By the time I'm done pay, he had 12 employees. He had the stuff capital vans where music. So when I plug in my information and a thing, this not only would he not have to pay me child support, but I would have to pay him spousal support.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So because
Woo,
you
woo,
have the money and fee money is
Woo.
very, I just,
yeah,
a lot.
yeah, work much more, get more than him.
So you
My
say,
dear, I was
Well,
like
leave
that
that
Auntie
alone.
Michelle. My dear, for
take
Leave
with
real.
that
yourself and go
alone.
back home. You never
Leave
bother.
So
that alone.
I think one of the things is that one of the things, and even in certain things, you have to be grateful. I say that. I remember our divorce, I did everything. The separation agreement, and when the time came after a year after separation, I did the I because he was in the US. And so we filed a joint divorce, which means that
You walk
we
away.
need to walk away with it. And I remember first of all, in the separation agreement, what I got, I don't know if it was because he was just anxious to go be with his new person or what have you. I got him to waive his rights to my pension.
That's
Mm-hmm.
good.
I got him to waive that. So that was in the separation agreement. And so when it was time to file the divorce, it was as per the terms of the separation agreement.
Good.
So my eye closed and don't have a dime to get from my pension,
Amen.
But yeah, but that was like, wow. So I've been through all of that and I'm still right here, right now, standing. But the scar that's been left, me not take up no more, man. No more. We can't manage the ego. Right now, I'm living, my son is 24 years old. If me come me not have to run come home, come cook nothing. Me
Mm.
not have to, me teach my son to do him laundry from him 11. Right now, I'm doing from him 11 years old. So me
Right.
not cater to
You have a
nobody.
freedom where you just love. You just love your
Yes.
Where you have developed a lifestyle where you just
Oh my
love.
God. Me.
Can you
I
Yes.
come when
enjoy
you
my
want, leave
freedom
when
too.
you want. You don't have to answer to a soul.
Yeah,
You just do it.
No.
because
You can
I enjoy
imagine.
my freedom because I have been planning my whole thing where it was supposed to be this year. I wanted to start doing my
Travel.
solo trips. I
Mm-hmm.
want to start travel the world. I don't want no baggage and nobody fear hold me back and
Nobody
ask
could
me
tell me, sir.
when you come back.
Well, don't get it
Mhm.
twisted. I don't have anybody holding me
She
back
can do
either.
even
No,
go
I'm
about
not
I,
her.
I,
saying that,
I have free
That
will
is just
also.
my
I can go on
interpretation
girl
of it
trips and I can do, but
because
I do have a husband and I say to him, babe, Lisa wants us to go on a trip to so. Is it okay? And he's like, yeah, man, go and go enjoy yourself.
but
Yeah,
if
she
I
do
was
the
not
Lily
sure
thing.
because
You
there were
mind me going with
days
my boys? And I'm like, go ahead, be
You do the
because you're
Lily
still an
thing.
individual. You're still an individual. And I think that's the problem with a lot of
that is it.
marriages. When
Mm-hmm.
you're with someone, no one is supposed to actually act as if they're just only accepting.
And it's, yeah.
You have to have your own friends. You have to have your own independence, and you have to do things separate from the person. And then when you
But
guys come back together and you do things as a couple, it's even nicer because you say, babes, you know what we did like that? Oh, we could do such and such. You have to have your own sense of self for yourself in your marriage. You get
Mhm.
married and
Say
you're
it, last, yes,
Beautiful, you know,
Michelle.
because
Yes,
sometimes I
Michelle.
long for that.
by yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are times when I long for that because after I was in a relationship we were from 2016,
Yeah.
and that was a beautiful relationship, but unfortunately, he died during
Oh,
COVID.
yes.
He got COVID
Yes.
and
Mhm. Oh,
died
you was,
as we
yeah.
were planning to get married, and then he died. He got COVID and he
Mhm.
died.
About
So
that.
from that, no, me no bother with it again.
No bother. You know, one of
Because
the
that was
things,
a beautiful relationship. That was
Marriage
just
can
a
be absolutely
beautiful.
amazing,
of
but you have to have
course,
the right partner,
Mm.
and the person
yeah,
has to want similar things
the
as you.
things,
Because if
yeah.
you're not on the same page, it's like oil and water. You just don't mix, and that don't make no sense. Why would I want to be in a relationship with someone who's always going against the grain? They don't want
Yeah. Mm.
doing. They don't like the things I like. They don't eat the foods that I eat or want to
Mm.
experiment and try new things. If you're not on the same page, kill your dead. Now go change
Then
nothing.
I
You
work, yeah.
Yeah,
If not,
yeah,
some,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
can I am not sitting in anything that does not serve me.
You
Nothing.
know, you know, while
Nothing.
we're here talking about,
People. Nothing. Don't
yeah,
sit.
well, while we're here talking about and understanding independence even within a union and independence just not having to have a union to survive.
Mhm.
One of the things that blows my mind right now is when I see young women, and it's a thing in I think mainly in the US, the trad wives. What's wrong with these young women? They want, this is it, they want to be it. I mean, like, yeah, they say they're going with what the Bible say. You must be totally submissive to your husband, and you must whatever he do, and he's a man, and he must take charge. And I don't have a problem with taking charge, but women, keep a little bit of independence. Keep a little thing
Yeah,
of
yeah,
you.
yeah.
You not
Mm.
totally throwing. So when I hear trad wives, like when my mom grew, I remember my mom saying that when back in the day, and this wasn't so long ago. I mean, some of these folks in life, probably some of them were born after the 80s or what have you. But I remember my mom saying that there was a time in her lifetime that if she wanted, like when she had a friend who immigrated to the US on the domestic, that program that they had for domestic
Mhm.
helpers,
Mhm.
and a very good friend. And my dad had to sign for her to get her passport. She couldn't
Wow.
get a passport on her own.
Well, they're trying
That's
to
where
bring
we're
that now.
coming
They're trying to
from.
bring it back. Well, they're trying to bring that back.
That's what I'm saying.
They're trying to
That's
bring all
it's
of those back,
and to see
right?
where women are
Really?
coming from when you talk about when
So even with voting privileges in America here now, so they're trying to say
Mhm.
that if you've been married and your name has changed, then you're not any longer allowed to vote because you're now under your husband's name. So
They vote
you
as
are
a unit.
your own person.
Oh
This is
my
the Trump
God.
era. This is the Trump administration doing that, right? And so I have a problem with that because, and that's why I did double barrel. But I kept my last name and his name, right? I do
Yeah.
that because
Mhm.
one thing where you're not gonna do, you're not gonna take away my liberty
My
and my right.
independent. Yeah.
Person as a female, I don't want to be just known as his wife. I am a
Hmm.
whole individual, right? And so that annoys me with the way that most of these young women are moving today because yes, you must be
Why
submissive.
my
And
mouth will
I'm
not
not
allow me neither
disputing
to be one
being
of the trad
submissive in
wife
a
there.
relationship. However, what
Hmm.
does submissive mean to you?
Cause my mouth not so lovely.
That I'm gonna lay down and just take anything and just make you do whatever you please and just the man is yes the head of the house, but then I
Yeah.
turn the neck. I turn it.
Mm-mm.
So I'm not saying that it's not good to be submissive, but I'm saying submissive to what extent? Yeah.
Hmm.
I know my
That's why
lane.
Jane. Yeah. Mhm.
My husband will say something and I'll say, oh, okay, well, we can do it so. And he's going to give me back and forth and we're going to decide on something.
Yeah.
Nobody is anybody's boss of
You're not
anybody in here.
dictating. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that is what's missing today, right?
You know what?
Mm-hmm.
I know my name.
I
Trust
know my limit. You see me, as I tell people, you can lead me with thread around my neck if I know that you love me and you respect me. But you see, the minute I get the slightest feeling, say you want to control me and you have forced me to do it now. Me
It's
that
not
will
over.
going
not
with
work.
Game
that
over.
is right head. But
Mm.
you can lead me with a thread around my neck, and I will go with you in love and respect. And if
Respect.
I
Respect.
know that you are doing it for my own good
That's
and
the
you
whole
respect
thing.
me,
It's
I
respect.
will be submissive to you as long as you don't abuse you.
Right.
Abuse it.
Mm-hmm.
And you respect me, respect my what me want, respect my feelings, and don't take me for granted.
Well, what you
I
bring to
will
the table is
I
very,
will
very
go with
important.
you
And you have to
wherever and
accept
I
that.
will work with
Correct.
you and
Yeah.
I will go the extra mile for you. But the
Mm-hmm.
slightest hint me get no.
Lisa,
I
Oh
back.
wish
no,
Lisa
you
was
cannot.
on here because she has a
No,
Drop
you
the
great
link.
too.
Drop the link. Lisa's
Great
back.
relationship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, drop me.
But at
Yeah.
the
that is it with me now. I can be
with
submissive
Pastor
as I
Connor.
can be. I will be submissive to you. But if me gets a rule, you are try to rule me and you want control me now, that's how the story
Well,
done.
Yeah.
definitely couldn't be in anything with Mackie or anything like that. That could never work because you can't just say it was all about being an older man trying to dominate a
To
young
dominate.
Yeah. Mhm.
young
I know
girl.
you go
So
have you
because
have
the
your
truth
own
is,
your
when me love, I love with everything. I
deep,
think I
yeah,
just
you
go
give it
all
all.
in. I
You give
go all
accept your
in, and I
senses.
give everything. I give
Access your common
everything.
sense.
Well, they
Mhm.
say to stand in love and not fall in love.
Yeah.
So
No, me
Yeah.
not fall in love. Me think me did
no,
fall in love when me did
no,
married. That's
everything
why me think me did fall in
standing in
love.
Yeah.
love. You have to be firmly planted, or else
Well,
they move
that is why me not
like
plan
the
for
road
fall
runner.
in love again. If
Yeah,
me feel
nobody
love
Yep.
again, me a stand
no,
up
no,
in it. Me
I'm
not
not
fall
doing
in it again.
You know,
yeah,
no, me not think me not think me can give
you're
up
right.
this independence. Me not think I can. Me can't give up that
Oh,
independence.
Lisa said, no, I'm not coming up, just back in the chat. Oh, well,
Okay, okay.
I wish you were
She's
on
at
here
work.
because me know say you have lots
To
of
say.
stories. Yeah,
She's at
her marriage is a nice one too. I
Yeah,
love
she's
that. I love
Yeah.
that.
And Lily, you
and
know, like and big up
some
to all
people
of
have
the
some,
to the
Bloomberg said,
people in the chat who are, you know, they have that
you
their
know,
union is good
it
and
is
they're safe
beautiful.
and loved in it.
Love and relationship is such a beautiful thing when
absolutely.
you have the right person to work with, because no relationship is perfect.
Nothing.
But it's for you and that person to make it
Make
work,
it
Listen,
because what
where you
works
can
for me
correct.
might
Correct.
not work for you. And what I will tolerate, you might
Might
not
not
tolerate it. So
yeah,
everybody have to find their own formula to
yeah,
make it
your
work.
work. And
Some
if I can
people's
trust you,
relationship,
yeah.
trust is the foundation. For some people it is respect. For some people it is different things. For different people,
But
some people it's
true, Miss
security.
Boo.
but
So
True.
trust come with
everybody have their own their own
but trust and
grid
respect.
undergird.
But
Mhm.
believe it or not, you know, trust and respect go hand in hand, you know. It's trust
Absolutely.
and respect go because if I
You
can
drop
trust
both.
you to not
Yeah,
leave
that's
me,
that's real. That's a
Real
perfect.
not
Yeah,
perfect, me
me drop.
dead.
Yeah, me
It
drop
says
the
drop
both.
reason,
poof. Auntie
That's
drop
true.
poof.
That's true, you know. Me and him and I mean name drop both. Remember one time me used to lick a bit and we used and my grandmother used to have things and she had give away and she said, only one drop boof for me if you drop
me drop
it.
Tip.
beef,
So
tip,
I'm
tip.
I
drop
mean, say you guys are
and
eating
he
up
drop
everything
boof.
and she not nothing on you.
Mhm,
He get everything and me no get nothing. He
mhm.
drop boof and me drop if.
Tip.
Yeah, yeah,
My
and
mother
that's
used
the
to say
thing. If you
that all
can
the
trust,
time.
you know,
But I
if
have
you,
learned from my mistake
hmm
and I would never
yeah,
do it again. But
no,
I would never tell nobody, say there weren't beautiful times, because I
yeah,
have some memories, because there were days when it was good.
Yeah,
But the
Mhm.
bad days
what
had
what you meant
outweighed the good
with
days, so
Pastor
I couldn't
O'Connor.
stay. But there were good days. And in all fairness, when he was good, he was good.
It's good. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, at least
Yeah.
we can be honest. They
Mhm.
will never be that honest.
Mhm.
Matthew will never be that honest.
No,
Mhm.
you
God,
know,
when a
like
person is good, they will never admit to it because then it would admit that they
Oh,
within themselves
Lisa said,
were
I
not
think
good
it's
at
because
all.
Lisa says because I think it's because I don't have time for foolishness and I make it known from the beginning
Beginning
because I give all, but I am walking with
with
all
all
at
at
the
the drop
drop
of
of
a
a
dime.
dime.
with
That's why we are sisters, Lisa. Come talk to me now. Talk to me nice,
Mhm,
cause I tell you,
Me reach
mhm,
Desa to
brother me,
Lisa,
make me
Desa
tell
me
you
then
straight
out
up
too.
when me dealing with and when me not
Because I have been
deal with
in a
certain things.
few, because I have been separated for now many years. I have been in relationships, but the thing is now, my tolerance level they up there so now that me not have the time for the foolishness. Hello, sir. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day. Go with God.
I just
mhm,
say to
yeah.
me then
Oh my God.
hello, sir.
Go with
Have
Don't
a
God.
say.
nice day.
Go
Me
with
not in
somebody
the
Yeah.
who not
foolishness
You know,
now.
no time see. I
Me not
really
have the
don't
time
have. I
for it
don't
now.
have.
Honey.
As I said right now, I'm just enjoying my. I'm just
Good
enjoying
night,
As you
me.
Connie.
should. If
Hi,
you go
Connie.
through
Good
something
night.
Yeah.
that's traumatic
And
in
You see,
for
life,
I
anybody
love
come,
you
to
have
me
to
I
friend
take
here.
mean,
My
time.
views are similar to
you said
Eva.
the
I
equal,
am
the
just more forgiving
equilibrium
and
is
would
there. I'm
cry
balanced. I'm
longer.
right.
Balance
We
out.
don't
Okay.
want
All
nobody
right,
come
Queen.
upset that. We don't want
Balance it
nobody
in
come
the
upset
love.
that. No,
I love
don't.
my freedom now and I enjoy it. But if me should have defend one little man who say love me,
What you
me
mean,
wouldn't
auntie
try it.
talk it up, auntie talk it up. What
But
you tell
You know,
me?
I
me
have to
now,
just
I
wait,
am not
wait. I said,
low. I am not,
not
because
say
the thing is now, I am not looking for nothing from
not in
you.
the
The
love.
only
Yeah,
thing me want is companionship. Because me now,
companionship.
I
Yeah.
don't want you to take care of me. I am not
Mm-hmm.
coming
Well,
looking
him can do a little
anything.
something,
I
auntie.
know,
Come
no, I
on.
know it
She's
will be
not. She
there, but
not. Yeah.
no, I
Mm.
understand. I
A
know, but
little
what I am
something, a
saying,
little
I
something.
am not coming to you as a charity case.
And you
And
better
Mm.
I am
not
not
come to
coming to
her with it
you at
neither. That
right.
is correct.
Mm-mm.
So
Correct
you
is right.
won't have no problem. I'm not coming to you as a charity case. But
Mm-hmm.
Him have to have him
and
own already, auntie. Him have
yes, he
to
must
have him
have
own.
him own,
Yeah.
and
And,
me have
and, and
my
maybe a little
own.
bit more than you too.
Yes,
Yeah.
but the
Yeah.
stress factors
Yeah.
of it no, me too old for that no.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, we can't take up nobody where I look for shelter
And
for
only that,
No,
and
me
the
no want nobody I
ego.
look
Me
shelter.
no,
can't,
yeah,
and
And
the
me
and
not
ego.
you come
running no
over, me
golden
can
age
make a
home
little
now.
food
So
and you
me
can eat little
taking a
something, but you
no.
can't come and look for handouts every
And
night.
the
No,
ego.
And me
And
no,
the
you
don't
have
ego
want
to
of
have
it.
your own
no I
house
mean
and
I
your own
run
little
no
money, your
home.
retirement fund, your little vehicle, cause we now walk a road and this we want to walk a
Yes.
road. You have to drive and you have to have your things. Please and
Mm-hmm.
thanks, women, have your own and allow him to have his own
So,
before
yeah.
you
Amen.
come
So we let
baga
it
baga
be.
baga baga you
That's
about
how I
it.
go.
Yeah,
You
we're not
come with
picking
for
up
you
no
and me
loose
come
man
with
no
for me. Me
more.
nah help. Me
Mm-hmm.
Let's
no
not
want
make it
people.
again,
No,
okay?
you not
Not
Mm-mm.
make
just
it.
be
At this
about
stage in
bubblegum and
life,
sweetness. It
if you
cannot.
name make it already, you're not gonna
You
make it
have to
again.
have money in your pocket. You have to have
Mm-hmm.
standards. Hello, please.
Yeah,
Just
come with
do
some
not
sauce. Oh,
go
and you
dig
leave,
in the trash.
and
Don't
check
pick
the
up
ego
a
at the
girl
door.
trash and make him your
Yeah,
thing
you
and to say I clean him up and fix him up and nice him up because him gonna left you for somebody where I look on him and say,
Mm.
oh, look how nice and clean and oh, he's such a nice debonair man. Oh, no, find somebody who already has something established and if they're working towards it, good. When
I
you're
don't
ready
know,
to
some
let
me I
me
go beat
go,
Queen.
make them bring
Queen.
you back. Make
I
them
don't
come
hear
to
what
you.
Queen say, but Queen say my have all and teeth.
Please. Well,
Queen,
if him have some
listen,
dental
Queen,
implant, that's not a
you
problem.
come
The
late.
food,
One
but
second,
don't
Queen,
do
you
no
come
Queen, I
late.
may
don't
beat
do the
her.
going
Talk
and the
up,
gold teeth.
say this one here, this dirty couch conversation here is not anything to do with that demand there. Theme drama that there. It's all
That is
Queen, I
about,
true.
don't
yeah.
That
So
is
Queen come
true.
late. She
That
never
is true.
hear it. Queen never hear it.
That is true.
We are save him and that
Yes.
for
What
Saturday.
Lisa say, and this is another thing. If you're going half and half, you're a roommate.
I come say to you,
You are a
Lisa,
roommate.
any half and
Let
half
us
a
not do
roommate
that.
story
Because
that.
if
That
my
is a
husband are gonna ask me
roommate
if he give him
story.
50% of the rent
It's 50
or the
50.
mortgage, and him say we are go on vacation and me have to give him half, what the hell me I do with him? Might
That
as
is a
well be single.
roommate.
That is a roommate. You're just sharing a bed
Mhm.
Yes, so
and
Lisa,
then
we
you're
share
splitting
in
A
the
a
room
room
space, in a
with
together.
space,
half.
a space, yep.
Don't do it.
Hmm.
Don't do it. If you want a roommate, you go to college.
A
Go to
true
college and
man.
have
Which
roommates.
roommate? About 50 50.
Once you come out of college and you live big life, no big people not do them foolishness. I never see my
Mhm.
mother and my father split a bill yet.
Said
Never.
Queen
And
never
my
do
mother was
that.
a big working woman, have her money, and my father
Oh,
have his
God.
money. Who do that?
Mhm.
Who do that?
Yeah.
I'm not sponsoring that. Go on where you go with
I
that
am not
girl.
sponsoring that.
Go
Which
on back
50
at your
50?
pits of hell. Hello.
Go
Goodbye.
on with your 50.
Mhm.
You go on with your 50, sir. I
Lisa,
can
you
do
need
bad
to
all
get on
by
the panel
myself.
because the 50-50 nah go walk, my love.
It now work. No,
Half
sir.
and half
Not
again.
I
work
can
like
do
that.
bad all
Yeah,
by
me say,
myself.
myself, yeah.
50-50. And we not play no game, we not play marble.
That's a
50-50.
No,
I know how to
2020.
spell that.
no
I
50
don't know how to
50
spell
around here.
50-50. That didn't even register in my vocabulary. Lucky my
Mhm.
husband could have never. Who could have?
Right.
Let's talk about things that really could have
But the thing
really
is, though, the
like that
Jamaican song said,
example.
before me married, I go hug up mango tree. Me will
Queen.
live so
Yes,
me
queen.
one.
The true queen. The, no,
Me live so
queen.
me one.
The hygiene and appearance part
Well,
goes
yes,
without saying,
of
queen.
course.
Because that now pass the door,
Absolutely.
queen.
Queen,
That now
we're
pass
right
the
there with
door,
you.
queen. That
Yes,
now
if
pass
you're
the
So,
door, queen.
disheveled, we're not paying any mind.
Queen. When
You
I
must smell
meet,
good
you
and you
see,
must
all
look
right,
good.
queen. You see, when I meet a man, at two place, well, three
Me
place,
look on his shoes.
the first thing me
Look
look
on
on
his
his
hand.
shoes. If his
Oh, as
shoes
if him
dirty,
have
me
one
no
wedding
want
band.
him.
dirty, yep.
If
That's
his
usually
shoes
an
dirty, it
indication.
says a lot
And a time
about
life,
him.
indication of his
And
life.
then me
How him
then me
treat
look in
things,
his
yeah.
mouth. And if in his mouth, no, if in
Listen,
his
do not
mouth
let me
dark,
top open up my
You
eye.
say you look
no,
How
in
me
the
much
look in
time
mirror,
his
since
we
mouth,
tell
them
you
say,
open up my eye?
we tell you
dark.
Mhm.
Yeah,
remember to
no,
brush your tongue, people.
yes, your tongue off a
Remember to
brush.
brush your
And your
tongue,
tongue,
people.
yeah. And then the
Remember
next
that
place me
tongue
I go
carries a
is
lot of
down
germs
at the
and bacteria,
pants.
people. And it
And
comes
then,
from the
yeah.
middle and the bottom of your gut, people. So if you
Yes.
talk up in my face and your breath not smelling good, sir,
No,
you're not getting any
no,
chatters
no,
from me,
no,
sir.
no, no, no,
Your
no,
mouth
no,
have to
no, sir.
clean, sir.
Your mouth have to
Please
clean,
and
sir.
thanks, sir. And make sure that
Because,
you gargle with the Terra brush, please.
yes,
Please,
sir.
Cerebrate. Yes,
and brush
indeed.
and gargle your mouth, please. Lord,
Dental.
Yes,
Take
you
care
sir.
of your
have time
oral
And
to
then the
hygiene.
third
mouth.
place my eyes go is below the belt.
Mm,
Here. I'm
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
behaving
Me not,
myself tonight. We see
yes,
No
yes,
puss
yes,
in a
eating,
yes.
bag.
No
No
eating.
puss
pussy,
in
no
bag.
bag.
No, no.
Well, you gotta
You
stick
know
to
what? Let's
the
get
eating.
real.
I don't want to hear
People,
nothing
let's get
about
ready to go.
show and
Me
Let's
prove.
no
get
want
real.
no dirty
Let's
shoes,
get
man.
I'm
real
not
here.
going in tonight. That's on you guys.
In
Yeah,
heel back,
going there.
oh, you don't want
Myself.
to heel back to tear up your sheet. That will catch up your foot, you know. Heel back toward they catch up your foot.
We not deal with butterfoot people. Tell them that. We left that
No,
to them
no
people on
butterfoot
the
man
other
around
side.
here.
On the
If your
other
heel
side.
back
To the
crusty,
left,
you have to
to the
go
left. We
scrub
don't
it.
deal
Yeah,
with
you have to take
butterfoot
care of your foot too.
people.
Cut your nails.
Yes, Lisa. Well,
You know
Lisa,
what I
the
mean?
hygiene going
People, if
up
your
because
heel is
from
hard, you have no business chatting up to me.
Mm,
no, no, Lisa. If your arm green, you're not supposed to look man.
true
If
that.
what? What you
If your
say?
arm green, you don't feel look man.
No.
But some man smell frozy and the train them a chat to you when they and a hold on pan the ram, them a hold on pan the sitting and the smell from the armpit a go up in your nose.
You know
Yes.
the worst thing? The worst thing? If them a come give you an argument. Oh, you smell so good.
And you smell so
You
frozy.
And it
don't.
must smell so bad.
And your
You
mouth
don't.
is not clean. Your tongue need to brush, scrape on the tongue, people. All the woman when me a talk to, cause someone a come up in a people's face and chat up your mouth, and your mouth don't smelling nice. Not a
Nice.
nice
True
thing.
that.
Brush your teeth, brush your tongue,
Brush it.
scrub it,
Yeah.
and take the hydrogen peroxide if you can buy the buckle Listerine. Because Listerine are really good for you, it causes cancer. And I know that because I had it.
Oh, okay.
So
Mhm.
just scrub your tongue. Baking
Yes.
soda,
And get
Baking
back
soda and
there.
a hydro
Go back here so.
peroxide.
And go back here so with a toothbrush. You know, when you brush your teeth, no
And
need to look
goggle. I mean, no
pretty.
son I love goggle, cause not goggle balls all the while. So just goggle. Thanks.
Same so.
Goggle.
Same so.
Goggle.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
That was a public service message from the
Announcement.
Dutty
Oh, that's what
coach.
they
From the dirty
Pussy.
couch pussy.
those are the
We have any
first ones to
sponsors in
come
the
and
house?
talk to you. True that, listen, the one them who the no self-awareness of their own, like,
If you
oh, I love
can't
your ambition, but don't take it,
and
don't
smell
come
your
over
breath,
here. No.
something wrong with you. You fit do it.
Katrina,
Mm-hmm.
Arlen,
Check
Yeah.
your
I'm
mouth.
thinking
If your
about
mouth
one them
smell
want to talk to you
cloudy
first.
and it
Mm-hmm.
smell
Hey,
sour,
Dr.
you need
Charles,
to take something
you're
and
right in
clear it
time.
out. Clean up your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah,
tired of
but
old
Katrina,
people. That is
listen
my
here.
pet peeve.
Let me,
Spit it out.
I was
Don't
saying
do it.
here, listen here. Don't be like Mrs. Some people cute and brush teeth. Go back there, so. Go back here, so.
You're
Go
supposed
there,
to
so.
retch when you brush your
When you're
teeth.
done, even if hold your
Yeah,
mouth over the
yeah.
sink and
My
reach back
tongue is
there. You
pink.
know, if you
It's
look
supposed to
pretty,
be
wash,
pink.
and
yeah, you know, if
floss.
you
Your
pretty.
And
tongue is
floss.
And
supposed
Hi,
to
floss.
be
Dr.
pink,
Charles.
not
Good
white. If
night.
it's white and a frat up, there is
Mhm.
a problem. You have bacteria. You have
Mhm.
halitosis. Hello. Please and thanks. I'm giving you free advice, people. Don't make nobody come up and tell you no say no no more smelly. That's a very bad
No,
thing to have somebody tell you. I have
no.
other
Mhm.
people at
Your
my
mouth
job.
for clean.
And it
Hello.
comes to it,
Your
right?
mouth for clean.
But
Hi, Queen.
yeah,
Welcome,
and it
Queen.
adds to your
Clean, clean,
confidence.
clean.
I use
A
baking
shower,
soda
a
every day
shower
to
in the
brush my
mornings,
teeth.
the fresh breath, what have you. When you walk out, then nobody can talk to you because that's a my see superpower. You know, when me walk through the door, me must fresh and smell good and clean.
Don't spray the
I
perfume
mean,
on
I
your
mean
face.
I'm
Wash your
perfume.
beard
I mean, I
first.
I'm
mean
man to wear
perfume.
I'm man to
Get
wear
yourself
good
after.
underwear too.
Titty
If
bag
Yeah,
anything is a
Hi
turn
don't
everyone.
on,
spray perfume on a dirty
eye
body.
cleaning.
We
Yeah,
know you're
hi
not clean.
Yeah.
Queen.
So
yeah.
hi
Just give me
everybody.
You
some
know,
little
somebody asked me the other day. I'm a coworker, a young lady. I was talking about like, you know, like I was saying, I just my routine. It was by happenstance, and I said to my shower, da 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 da, and and a person said to me, say, you bathe at night and bathe in the mornings. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, don't you? I'm with shocked.
the people
Me
don't
get
know
up
being
as much
regular.
as you see cold, yes, so I'll when it's a freeze out a door. One of the things before I get into my bed, one of the last things I do when I get in is my shower.
So
And when me get up a morning before me go to me a shower again, me not
Yeah.
care. My
All that
superpower.
fresh.
Uh,
That's my
so
superpower. Cause when me walk out, then me walk out in style. Can't talk to me. Could I hug
I
you like yours, but me clean and smell good. And my
I
superpower that. That's the confidence right there.
Queen is
I am
talking.
hey
I'm
Queen.
Talking.
I'm glad I got in
Thank
on this
you.
conversation.
Yeah.
Um well, to begin with, talk up, you're in New York. Um Rum so you're there in New York. Intent?
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Who is
Um
in New York? I am in New York. Auntie not in New York.
int.
Int.
Chuck.
I just gave you guys int.
Yes, darling.
Business.
You get the
Good
int?
night, Anne
Yes, I got
Marie.
it loud and clear.
Thank you. So why I brought this up, why I stepped in, it wasn't going to that person, but while I was listening, it went to him, but it is a
Mhm.
general thing. I
Yeah.
think I know we all do this, but I'm saying this for all the women who are in this group and every group. And we know it's redundant. We have worked. I think many of us have worked to put ourselves at certain status.
Yes,
And
I'm
I'm hearing I was listening to somebody say, "Oh, no, no, have no man," and I thought of what a low level to be at.
You know?
Having a
Don't I have no
man,
what? What 1 second? What did he say?
when they
Have
were
no.
cursing us,
About
them
to
say
have
we
no
not have,
man.
yeah, when they were cursing us, they said
Yes, I say we
we not
hold
have
on
any
a man.
man.
Then they say they cost me to say no man no
Yeah,
one.
but I said to myself, is that your only accomplishment?
Mhm.
And unions are good and we all go into them. But I think at this stage for us, we need to pay attention that we're the queens here. And
Mhm.
we're not just going to pick up anything to have something.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
And at this stage of the game, I think we have all made our investments in our lives and all of that. Whoever we are taking, and they have to have some status. They have to be able to come to me, when I'm walking and in my head, I'm saying to them, I've given myself everything. When you come now, if you're not making sure that I get the chauffeur, you open the door, you this, you're that. And a lot of men are not at that level. So when people are saying, oh, them not have a man, we are now saying this is the level you have to come to. So when they
Exactly.
look at us, they must know this is not one that I can just walk to. So don't take it. Oh, we don't have one we because what our criteria is, there are few of them who come near to it.
So can meet it,
Exactly.
yeah.
Oh,
Exactly.
you have to be
And
the
let
true
us
young
please
particular.
hold those criterias. I went out with someone who was a friend, right? We've been a friend for years, and I got to the door and he got in the car and sat down, and I knew something was a problem. So I said to him, Houston, we have a problem. And he said, what is it?
Yes, Alicia. Yes, Alicia.
I said she
Alicia,
got
fear it.
she have a lover.
He
Love
said,
Minister,
he,
love,
he
love.
Okay, Mama. Oh, please do not interrupt, Queen.
he said, what is it? I said, you did not get the door. And he said,
Mm.
oh, I was gonna get it, but I did. Now this person was a widow who had been married for 30 something years. So
Oh,
that all day with me was training him about
straight.
doors and qualities that and then the last thing he said, "Man, I used to this and that." I said, oh, so
What?
sorry,
Oh,
sir.
God.
So sorry.
After 35 years of marriage?
So the last thing was when we were getting in the car. Just I was glad it was a day thing where we were just running errands. And in my head, you're getting your first test today. Let's look at you and this door thing, because I'm not getting a door. Um, and when we were getting in the car and he got in the car, me on the other side, I waved my hand. Sir, you're forgetting your precious cargo.
I said, "Me not go out, me not care, me go nowhere again."
And when him say, me not used to this, me look upon him and me say, Jesus God, I saw some women down there some things and take
For
some things.
35
So
years.
you didn't married for 30 something years and you don't know.
Home door for woman. So what
And
you
so therefore,
treat
when
her like a lady.
No, some
yeah, when
women
we are
settle
in
for
these
anything,
things, even if we are in them, accept certain standards, especially when
Of
we have
course.
reached a certain threshold. So we are throw around this thing, and I have no man, and I have no man, baby dear. I don't want a man. I want a
But
person of stature. And you're going to treat me like a queen because I have laid you don't need to bring nothing to the table because I have the table, me have the
we have a
house, me
table
have the
king
food on the
away.
me,
table, me have the car. When you are telling me say you want driving in my car, something wrong.
mm-mm. You must have
Where
your
is
own. So
yours?
here's the thing.
No,
Can I?
you have your own, you have your own, but you think so my car top of the line. So
Mm.
I think we need to set a bar for ourselves. And we might want these things. Some of us do, some of us don't, but and it goes back to this trad wife thing that I'm seeing where
The trad
these women
wife.
have lost
Why
themselves
me not think me can
just
be
to
no
Mm-hmm.
trad
get
wife,
somebody. I'll tell you a story.
Not doing it.
Um, I met this lady and she was homeless. And this woman was on her third marriage. Young, beautiful lady. The lady is in her 50s, right? And, we had to do some stuff and gave her housing. And I was talking to the woman, and the woman let me know her only thing she wants in what life is to be a wife. God created her to be a wife.
Okay.
And her thing is that she's a rib. And you know what? At 50 something, this woman ended up living in her car because she did not set any foundation for herself. Her only thing was to be a wife. Now, when we are this wife and these men, whatever,
Girls.
woman, You're young, all of us. Please don't let these men be your prize. Set
True.
you,
You have to
set,
Do
be the
this.
prize.
you have to be the prize. You
Mhm.
have to have the prize. Get your qualification, get your education, get your and we all want these things, but when they come, it is not what is
Dr.
setting the
Charles.
standard.
Mhm.
You are the queen. Hold your and I am so grateful
And
that I
thank
can
you.
be at that
Right, that's
stage
right,
where
the queen.
I
Right, Miss
look
right
at
there.
myself and don't even try to talk to me. Don't. I get annoyed
True.
because my daughters have this conversation with me because me they go down this long road. Me don't want someone decrepit man. You know, so the man them not this
I
for
know
we
we are
age good.
queen.
When you look pan them, then
Wait,
skin
let's
crusty,
They
them
want
not
little
look good.
lotion,
try.
little
Yes.
Vaseline,
And then we are
little
gonna
lip
take
gloss.
and them things say somebody want
Take this
them,
back.
no people. So if
Dr.
there's
Charles.
so we as women, it's and I'm not knocking anything with relationship. Please have them, but please also know that we have standards.
Yes,
Standards,
we have
yeah.
standards. Good
And I
night,
Absolutely.
s-
Dr. Charles. How are you?
Mm,
and I
Welcome
said
to the
my
house.
piece.
Welcome,
mhm.
Dr. Charles. We're here
Oh,
talking
she come
on
off.
that.
No,
She
she's
Dr.
came.
Charles,
here.
Dr. Charles is gone.
Oh,
No,
she
I
come.
see
Did she
her.
come back?
Oh,
Oh,
she's
she,
back.
Hey,
she,
Dr. Charles. Good
oh,
night. I
Queen came
think we
down.
also need, oh,
Queen is here.
real not perfect says, I think we also need to speak on the ladies that want a table and bring nothing to the
To the
table.
table,
Some of
indeed.
those ladies are delusional. That is so true. Probably
Sad.
another night we can have that discussion. Put that
Mm-hmm.
down. We will discuss that. The ladies who are living in this Dululu land, that them want ask, they always ask the man what him bring to the table. They are the table. And some of them
Mm-hmm.
table out of cardboard. I
Put
can't even
on that,
stand.
Andrew.
The man put down him knife and him plate on the table and he broke down because they no have nothing for sustain. But then, so
Mm-hmm.
that is a whole topic all by itself. Ladies,
Mm-hmm.
be not delusional. You must not be doing Lulu.
Mm-hmm.
Some women can even represent them man,
But
but
I
then
think they use their body part
and
as
that is not an
what is
the other day
supposed
as
to
I
be
talk about that
sustainable.
Yvonne, I was saying ladies, we need to reach a stage in life now where we stop giving front as present. Man,
Valentine's Day front,
Valentine's Day. I am
Christmas,
no,
birthday,
please get
everything.
out of here with that.
Yeah, and that is why men treat most women the way that they get treated
Just like I
Half
because
said.
you
front as
have these
present. Oh,
very
please.
airheadish women, young girls, even older women, using their body as a tool to sustain them
Real,
and
not
say,
real.
what do
The
you
Oh,
have
next
to
Dr. Charles,
discussion
oh,
will
do
be
it,
on
drop it
this.
again. It look like should have, put,
Um
Dr.
what
Charles, are you here?
No, she drop off. I
can you
think,
hear
She
me?
said drop the link.
yes,
Can you
I'm
Yeah.
hear
hearing
me?
you, Queen. Queen, I'm
Um
hearing you.
there is an
can
echo.
one of the topics be the spiritual aspects of relationships?
Sure, sure, sure. We just starting out this, as I said, this is the Dutty Coach series, and we will discuss. We can talk about the spiritual aspect, and I also want us, as Real says, we need to get on that topic to where ladies, the first thing them want to ask the man is, what do you bring to the table? Because I am the table. So we're going to get into that topic too. So those are some real topics that we will look into, and the
You're working
spiritual
on.
aspect of it too, because it is so interesting to know that we have to be so careful of the people we give our body to.
Soul tying.
Mm.
Soul
Um,
tie, because some people let off some demons in you that haunt you for
Jesus.
life.
yes,
You tie
yes.
yourself with somebody and forever you don't know why you just cannot
You
grow,
don't know why you can't prosper
and
in
this
life,
thing
all
is
because of
tied
some
to
people
you.
who bring some demon. Because you see, when you intimacy and your body mingle with the next body, start share soul tie and become one. And
But the thing
you
is
think
that
some
there are
people
so
left in
many
you,
people
they left
having multiple
demons in you.
relationships, Auntie. When you're
Mm-hmm.
having
Speak,
multiple
talk up,
relationships
talk
Mm-hmm.
about that. A lot of people
and
not
you're
realizing that.
entangling with different spirits, that is
Dr.
also
Charles, I think
another
you
issue. There's
Wait,
so many dimensions to just that soul tie-in stuff. It's not just one person being intimate. You have women sleeping with three, four, five,
especially even people with multiple partners. That's
multiple
where you
partners,
run yourself into problem when you
no
end up with
condom,
multiple partners too.
all
what you
kinds
do,
of
that's what the series name. That's
a
a
lot.
coach, yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Dr. Charles,
Good evening. Good evening, everybody. I'm having trouble with the camera. I was trying to put it on myself and it just keeps taking.
Oh, okay. No,
I don't.
we love your decor. Don't worry.
Oh,
Beautiful
stop!
decor.
I don't mean to show that at all.
this
I
is
wanted to
this
show
is
me so you guys
Dutty
can know who I
series number
am.
one.
But
This will be
how
an
do I do
ongoing
that?
series with you.
Wait, go ahead,
What do
Dr.
I
Charles.
do? Do I have to turn the camera around?
No,
You
it's okay.
What?
it would
Oh,
need it to be reversed, but I don't
how do
know.
you? Oh,
No,
how do you do that?
I asking the wrong lady, Dr. Charles.
So what do you guys? What do you guys do? You just turn it around?
I
No,
just said, I
as you
just,
turn it on, it's supposed to be facing you. It's supposed to actually be facing you.
What is going on here? Okay, I'm
hmm,
gonna turn the camera around to me to
I
say
saw
hi.
her. She had
Okay,
like
we're seeing your decor, so you can go ahead, Doc.
Okay, can you see me?
yes, we
Yes, we see
gorgeous,
you. Yeah, hi.
gorgeous, hi, gorgeous.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Dr. Charles.
Oh
Hey,
my
beautiful
goodness, this is
lady.
great. I just came home from exercise class and I heard you and I said, "Oh my gosh, they're on Wednesday. Let's do this."
We're
Mhm.
What
on.
a
This
pleasant
is the new Dutty
surprise.
Coach series.
The Vertical
Oh,
series,
okay.
yeah.
This
Where
is new
we
then.
leave the
We
other
leave
topic
the
for Saturday night,
thing for
Okay.
Saturday night.
and
This
All
is
this is
right.
our little
talk.
share. You know,
Okay. So this is like girl talk.
Yes,
that's
and
right.
yeah,
Oh,
this
I
is our
like that.
girls talk.
Oh, nice. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna turn it around and I'm gonna turn it off.
You
All right.
can turn it off. Yeah,
Yeah, let me turn off the camera
no
so I'm
Mhm.
problem.
distracted. Hold on.
Mhm.
I gotta learn how to do this. Okay, there we go.
Mhm.
Okay, good.
So, okay, I just introduced myself to you guys now.
Yeah.
Right.
You can put a face with the name now.
Good, good.
That's
Yes,
okay.
looking nice.
Oh,
Correct.
Mhm.
thank you. Thank
Mhm.
you.
Gorge.
End
Mhm.
of the day, I'm really tired, but I'm glad for this conversation. So it helps me to relax.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
what are we talking about?
We were just talking about relationships on a whole, and so and we were in the initial the beginning. I was just giving a brief experience of mine where I think I had stayed in my marriage for 10 years, but it was too long. And some of the things that we allow ourselves to go through
Mm,
and some of the standards that we set, we sometimes lower our standards to make other people comfortable. So that's basically what we're talking about.
so true.
Mhm.
We
Mhm.
do as women, don't we? So much so that we get drained. We drain ourselves trying to
Yes, we
satisfy
drain
other
ourselves
people.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I
So
was
I
saying
have.
that, some of us give too much and get back nothing in return.
Mhm.
So we keep giving out and we are not being replenished. So we just
Mhm.
keep giving, 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 and we're not getting back anything. We are
Mhm.
not being refilled.
Same.
Right. Until we're
And
empty. And you know that saying, you can't pour from an empty cup.
cup, that's
Right,
Right.
exactly.
right,
I
yes.
Dr.
really
Charles, we
usually.
even
Mhm.
touch on the subject of the phenomenon tradwives.
So the trad wives, that little
Mhm.
phenomenon there they have going on, the trad wives, where
Mm.
this total submission and
Oh my.
Not us.
That's so antiquated. They're going backwards. What's going on?
Exactly.
Ridiculous.
Mm,
Ridiculous.
yeah.
Absolutely.
It's like being a Stepford wife.
Right.
yeah, but it's
Exactly.
Yeah.
so sad that I couldn't be one because my mouth would not allow me to be one.
You see,
You
the
know
thing is,
what? You know what, Miss Talkup? Your self esteem would not allow.
mhm, No. Yep,
right?
yep.
There's no way I can see that happening
So
now.
true, Jane
Mhm.
Doe.
Right.
You know what the thing is? A lot
Mm.
of young women come are in this period where they don't know what it was like when a lot of the advantages and that exist now weren't there. When they really didn't have autonomy over themselves, their bodies, their existence. And somehow they romanticize having, a man take care of it. But they look on the side where the man is going to wine them and dine them and treat them. They don't to the side where the man is going to treat them like an object,
Mm-hmm.
use them, and
That's
so I think they're romanticizing this idea and without having a clue of what it's like not to have the things that they have today.
great. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Not at all. What, my Baba? What is it? Not at all to baby. I was listening. It was like about a few years ago. I was listening to this young lady's story, and she was talking about the hot girl culture, where you have these young ladies now who live
Memory
the
Durrell.
uptown life in this hot girl life, where they don't work, but they live this hot life, the social media life. And then she was saying that she totally regrets it because she is with a rich man. But she said the things that she has to go through to maintain that
Mhm.
lifestyle, it is degrading, and the things that that man does to her and the things she has to do to maintain the lifestyle. And I'm saying, why would I want to put myself through that? But you have a lot of young ladies or even older women who are doing it. They subject themselves to some degrading things just to live a lifestyle, to live like the Joneses.
And all that is modern day prostitution.
I was
Yeah.
just about to say that.
Prostituting themselves
Mhm.
for
It's a-
material gain. So sad.
I
So
think that
sad.
was exactly what was the situation with the young girl Ashley Janae, who actually died in Tanzania.
Oh, okay, okay.
Lifestyles that they're living is somewhat of like an escort type esque
Mm.
life where they're meeting these very rich guys and they're being flown out to these different countries. And so you'll see them in Dubai and you'll see them in Miami and you'll see them in Ibiza. But then when you're asking them, so how do you maintain this lifestyle? It's through this underworld where you're doing every and anything. Okay. You're going to Dubai and you're having men actually, definitely.
Oh God, when I watch that thing,
Right.
some things you wish you could unsee.
Yes. And
Mm,
that is the reality of
mhm,
wanting to keep up with the Joneses in this social media aspect today. You
mhm.
want to have the best bags and the nicest cars, and you want to live in these beautiful apartments and have this very nonchalant esque type life. Yeah, that doesn't really exist, and it comes with a price. I keep telling people that
The soft
this
girl era
era,
comes with a
yeah,
price.
it comes with a price,
Yeah,
and most of
but
the time you lose your life.
but
But you can have
but
your soft girl
we
either. You pay
If
for
you
your own
want to
soft girl.
maintain
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
you
that's
pay
what I
for
was just
you.
gonna say.
they
Absolutely,
Mhm.
You
don't want to
absolutely.
fund it.
yeah,
They
put
want somebody
yourself
to fund
They
it
Yeah.
want
for
someone
them.
to fund
in the
that
soft girl
lifestyle.
area, in the
I'm in the
soft
Mhm.
girl
struggle
space.
era, but I fund my own life.
Yes.
And what I don't fund, my husband fund the rest. So
Mhm.
Exactly.
I've never wanted to be that girl. I would not fit into that world because, first of all, I'm a two-faced. I'm just
Mhm.
two-faced. And no man with all that money is going to allow me to talk the way I'm going to talk. So they would have probably tried box me and I'd have just left. But these women don't really want to fund it. They may have a few dollars in their bank account, but they want you, the man, to shell out the money
Yep,
on
it's
them.
crazy.
But
It's
then they
such an
have to do
illusion.
so
If who
many
was
things that are
watching ever
demeaning.
knew, and if who was
So
in it would be real. That is so true, my Baba. They sacrifice so much to show the good life. And I'm not saying that a man shouldn't treat you like a queen and treat you and give you the soft life.
but
But
not
it is
degrade
the
you. Not to,
mentality that a
mm,
lot of them comes with and go into it with.
Right.
They
mm,
go in with this dependable mentality,
True indeed.
and
dependent.
then some of them can't even help themselves. They are totally dependent. Some of them
And
don't
that
even
is
have
really
a
that is
solid
that's
education
really
or
the
a
result.
foundation to rock back on. And
Mhm,
so they leave themselves vulnerable and open to all sort of
Everything.
abuse.
Correct.
mhm,
I know it sounds like a cliche, but these women that are living this lifestyle, it's they have no self-worth. They don't
Yeah.
value who they are. They are objectified by these men. Some of them even, believe that these men care about them. But these men, the things that they're doing for these women, it's a tax write-off.
It
You
truly
write
mm.
off the airfare, you write off the dinners. It's a,
That's right.
Entertainment.
entertainment, exactly. And they use and abuse your bodies, and then they're on to the put you
Mhm,
on a plane,
the
send
next
you
one.
home, and they're on to the next one. And I'm
True.
sure these women won't say it, but they're empty inside. You
of
can't
course.
be a
Indeed.
fulfilled woman living that kind of lifestyle. It's
Because some of these
questionable.
men, some some of these men see these women as just a price, a pro. Let us
Yep,
pay.
That's why they
that's
can
it.
pay for breast
That's
implants,
it.
BBLs, a
Exactly.
lot of lipo,
Good
make you
night
look like
and
a
truly
billionaire,
love.
and then
Mhm,
they leave you for somebody else with a newer body, a
Right.
hotter look, a prettier face.
So
I mean,
Exactly.
can
that's
I
just the reality.
When they're ready to
can,
settle down, that's not who they're going to settle down
They're
with.
not.
Want to have
so
children with, you
so
know?
can I
Yes,
ask
please.
a question which could be a spin-off?
Yeah.
Um um I was gonna say it as a statement to be kind to ourselves, but maybe I could ask, can anybody or everybody give a what do you define as being kind to yourself?
Wow. That is general and it is relative. Each person, I think, would have their own perception of it.
That's why, right?
True.
That's why I was asking if can each person, if you wanted to say your, what would it be to be kind to yourself?
Okay. So I'm kind to myself. I went through radiation, and if you look, I have the scars on my skin. I have a port, like a cut, an incision, and
Mhm.
I was so taken aback when I saw it after my skin started to heal. I'm like, why do I still have this thing here? I thought it was gonna fade with the cocoa butter, the shea butter. My husband said to me, that is your battle scar.
mhm,
Alive because they had to put the port in for you to get the medication for you to be here. You fought cancer. You beat cancer. So the
mhm,
kindness that you show to your body every day when you wake up is the gratitude of I'm alive, and these are my my wounds, my scars. And he was like, love yourself no matter what skin you're in. And so that is what I do for myself every day. It's sad that
mhm.
my husband had to say it to me for me to
Between,
get it, the gist
mm,
of it. But I am kind to myself because I don't look like everybody. I am not a skinny girl. Like I said, I'm a size 16, maybe 18 on some days if I drink a
mm,
little bit too much water.
You don't look like
And I have to love myself.
16.
My skin is darker, my hands are darker from the chemo, and I give myself grace.
grace, that's the
Myself
thing,
grace
yeah.
because I am me. I am uniquely me. God made me how He made me, and He allowed me to be here today. So I give myself grace every day. I wake up and I thank Him for the life that He has led me to have and to keep me in the right frame of mind. That is how I am kind to myself every day.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
and
Go ahead.
accepting that for me is accepting that I have flaws, physical flaws, but accepting that that's me. I fix what I can and accept what I can't fix. That is me giving myself grace and accepting me. not beating up myself. So that's being kind to myself.
Okay, me being kind to myself,
Mhm.
I have learned the hard way because I realized that in the initial stages, I was not really being kind to myself, where I was giving my all, my everything
Mhm.
to
Mhm.
others. And this is not even to my partner only, even with my family,
Family.
because
Mhm.
my mother has 5 children. I am the youngest. And
Mhm.
I am the one who have been supporting the 4 older ones.
Mhm.
And I give so much
Mhm.
that when I don't have to give, they make me feel guilty. And then I
Mhm.
am now learning to be kind to myself, in learning that I need to take care of me
We
True.
can
too,
say
because I
no.
have been
Can
taking
say
care of
no.
everybody all these years.
Mhm.
And I have nobody to look out for me, because everybody, everything is that she good man. No man, she
She's a
good.
strong one.
Right. So I am learning now to start pouring into me, because I
Mhm.
realize that I don't, if you can't pour out an empty vessel, and I
Yeah,
have given
sister.
all to everybody, and honestly, I don't have much to give them anymore. And then
Mhm.
it's a problem, because I don't care about family anymore, and me start going like me better than them now, and the whole works. But I'm
Mhm.
learning to ignore all of that, because
That's
those
it.
are things. So for
Mhm.
me, learning to be kind to myself now and treat myself good. That is me now. I have been
Yeah.
giving all along, so I start give
Mhm.
myself.
I want to read Lily's comment. Lily
Mhm.
says, "Me very kind to myself. Anything me want,
Me bye.
me go buy it." So-
Good night, Lily. One Lily on the
Good
app.
night, Lily. One lady on the one lady.
But we don't hear what Queen.
Queen
She
of
said the
Justice, what
same,
you
yes.
like to
Okay,
herself.
so
Dr. Charles is back.
one of the things is um, I'm at the space where it was many years of going and doing and caring for and providing and um, going to school and have a job and make sure everything. And then as time go on, all of those things were done and you're taking care of everybody, you're providing, you've this and that. But then when I stopped to realize it was that the softness of me was going.
Oh,
Also, yes. And throughout life, so many things, you didn't even, I didn't, I'm going to go to me, stop to pay attention to the softness. Also, the PTSD. I face PTSD because of whatever happened in life, the responsibilities. You don't have to go to war to have PTSD.
True.
And those things affect my nervous system. So
Mm.
sometimes when you see, you're like, I got to do this, I have to do this. And it's not necessarily, it's your nervous system that was so attacked because of all the things that was thrown at it or what
Mhm.
you had to do. So now where I'm at, and I am grateful for where I'm at, that I can stop every day and
Mhm.
pay attention to my nervous system
Mm.
to
Mm.
regulate that. Sit,
Mm.
breathe, go for a walk, look at my thoughts, look at what I'm saying to myself. How am I eating my food? Am I swallowing it down? Am I racing
Interesting.
to this? How do I take a shower? Am I just racing through the shower? Am I lovingly touching myself and caring for myself? As so all of these things comes into being kind. One
Yeah.
of the things I learned about is TCI, trauma informed care.
Mm.
And trauma informed care is very prominent, but we don't pay attention to it. And it
Mhm.
affects our nervous system.
okay.
So I am now learning about somatic care, and I am
Mm.
training to be a provider of it. But I'm really not looking to do it for anybody. It
Okay.
is to teach me how to heal myself
Mm.
from all the years of the stress. I don't want to go into
Thanks, Jay.
seniorhood with many health issues. So, and I'm thankful I have none. So, me stopping to say, let me pay attention to who I am, how I'm treating myself. And one of the things that I noticed for me and in my, where the word kind get thrown around, but it was never really put in as a verb and became real to us or to me. So I'm really paying attention to the things I say to myself, the things I accept for myself, how my body's functioning, what I'm allowing stress to do, how much
Mm-hmm.
sleep am I
Thanks,
getting.
real. Not
Um,
perfect.
and that is kind. Oh, I
Correct.
want to be kind. And the reason why I brought this up is I take back and I step back and feeling out what is happening. And I'm feeling out what is happening even to us in this YouTube thing and all the dynamics of it and the things that's been said and done and about to this one and that one and
Yeah,
the if we don't stop and be kind to ourselves, it's going to have an impact on us.
yeah, it's true.
Can
So
I
I
Mm-hmm.
just wanted to
can I
leave.
um ways that I'm kind to my I'm sorry I got knocked off. I
I'm
have
sorry.
but so sorry. But I just want to share some things because maybe I can help other people with the way that I've learned to care and be kind to myself. In the past, well, mostly all of my life, I've been such a perfectionist. Everything to be a certain way. It was really hard on myself, even in my studies, just in every aspect of life, to where my nervous system it was not regulated. I was a mess. A lot of anxiety.
Mhm.
I had to learn over years, how to be kind. And one of the major things I learned is if I wouldn't say something to someone that I love and care about, try not to say it to myself. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That was like the major. And I also learned about rest, because I was always up and down, trying to please everyone, trying to make everything perfect. So I didn't rest because I thought I had to earn it, but it wasn't something. Now I know it's not something that I earn. It's something that is necessary. We have to rest, to
Mm-hmm.
be
That is what I lack. I hardly rest.
Yeah, that's the
no, you
thing.
have to love yourself
Rest.
enough to sit
Yeah.
down, make yourself turn off the screens, meditate, and go to sleep.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
You have to.
Man,
It's
I
very
need that. I don't do a lot of that.
right.
I want to.
You have to because you will
Mhm.
find yourself breaking down if you don't.
Yeah,
Right.
Doc,
that's
here
the,
Lily was saying, I worry about everything,
When
even when
there's
there is
nothing to
nothing
worry
to
about.
worry
Mhm.
about.
I want to
Mm,
read some of the comments in
yeah,
in the chat.
read it.
So
Yeah.
Licia said, "I love myself where I don't accept nothing that I am not comfortable with."
Mm.
And
That-
and um, Shinzel says, "For me, I speak positively to myself. I forgive myself quickly. I stopped comparing myself to others,
Mm.
and
That's a
and
good one.
then yeah, and
So
then
that can fill your joy.
Right.
My Baba said, being kind is taking care of myself and saying no, and saying no. Went to
Eh,
the gym today and did not want to, but did 30 minutes, 3.5 hours cardio per week, can add years, minutes, and freedom to our aging bodies.
mm.
Uh, so the free therapy and being kind. So Bell says being kind to myself is not to accept anything that will not serve me in a positive way and to always be who I am.
You know, one of the
And
sorry dear Marlene, this you know
mm,
Love.
one of the, I know one of the thing that I really need help with is to say no. I
Mm,
feel this guilt
Mm.
when I
mhm,
try to say no. And I think it has been because over the years, I think one of the thing I think what has gotten to me, I out of my five siblings, I am the only one that has a tertiary education. And I am the one that has always earned the most out of all my siblings. I have
mhm,
been a professional, and so every they come to me for most things. I help out with my niece and my nephew. Over the years, I have about 4 or 5 nieces or nephews that has lived with me. They live, they go school, and then them start work and they go, because I only have 2 children, and all
mhm,
my other siblings have like 6, 5, 4. So they
mhm,
always send them to come. And then I find myself, I can't say no.
mhm,
When school time, 10 book lists are come to me.
mhm,
Auntie, mommy said the book them, auntie the
mhm,
bag. So everybody find auntie.
mhm,
Everybody find auntie. And auntie cannot say no. Auntie don't know how to say no. And I
Mm.
feel guilty and I need help with that, because I
Yes.
realize
Repeat
that it
after
is
me.
destroying
So
me.
Sandra, well, here's Sandra helping you out. Sandra Egerton
No.
is helping you out here. She says, being kind to myself is knowing that no is a full
It
sentence
is.
that don't need any explanation.
Sean, it doesn't.
So I put me first. See, Sandra is helping. See,
Say
she
it
knew
with
what was
us.
Yeah,
coming.
but yeah,
No.
it leaves a guilt feeling in my stomach when
Yes.
I say
Yeah,
Yes,
no.
but you
yeah.
can still say no and feel
No,
guilt
to be
afterwards.
too good about
No.
here. Michibu says, I have been kind to myself to not settle for less than what I deserve
Mm.
and pouring my all into people. I'm just paraphrasing. So, real not
Oh,
perfect. So she's thanking. She says, "Thank you. Talk up the things. This was a series we never knew we needed. Dirty
Mm.
Couch series. Episode 1 is a success. Looking forward to episode 2 already. Thanks again. Talk up the things.
thank you, darling. I'm
Can I
looking
It's
can
forward to
I
it.
can I
and Rosa
ask a
Mota, just
question?
one
No.
more,
Yes, Queen. One
Rosa,
more, Queen, and then you
one
go.
Rosa Mota said, being kind to myself is okay to say, along the same vein as Sandra. It's okay to say no. No is a complete sentence. It's the same thing. So these ladies in the chat have it. Have it
Your
down.
time. Go, Queen.
Mm-hmm.
Talk up.
Yes.
And if it crosses a path, just say no, okay?
Okay.
What is guilt to you? What is guilt?
Is guilt for me is no, like with my family, knowing that I could do something even if it going cost me, and I did not do it.
Mm-hmm.
How does so after all these years, right?
Mm-hmm.
You brought it up. Is it serving you?
Meaning?
How
You've
is it
done and
working
you've
out for
done.
you?
Yeah, you've done and you've done and you've
Oh
done.
no, 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 it hasn't. But I think the pleasure I get from it is now seeing them. They are now adults, although some of them have not made the best use of my help. But they are now adults, and they will call from time to time, and they will say, "Auntie, I love you. Auntie, thank you." But I don't really get it, doesn't really benefit me much, because they know in term are now sending their children the grant to me
That's
now.
where I wanted to go with it to you. So
It's
A
what
cycle.
what
a cycle. They are now
you're gonna
sending the
get
grant to me now.
talk up, you're going to get those requests, right?
Mhm.
But when you get it, now start analyzing how do you feel? There are things that we do that when I'm doing it, like, man, this is like a rock. And then certain things, if it's like, like you're supposed to do something and it's just like you can't sleep that night. And you get up and you say, what is wrong with it? And when you came to a decision, you just feel free.
Yeah,
So,
fearless.
so, so you have been doing, and and you want to do it, but there's something that you're like, man, this thing is bothering me. This thing. And one of the things that I know is that eventually you feel stress. It's going to come out in another way, right?
Mhm.
It will come out in another, because you're doing this because you need to do it, and you feel obligated. But it might
I
come
think
out in
that's
an
the word. I feel obligated. I
Obligated,
feel
yeah.
obligated. And you know why I feel? I don't know. I feel obligated because I kind of feel, I don't know. I'm the youngest for my mother. And this is my siblings by my mother's side because I am the oldest for my father's side. I have four siblings by my father's side, and I am the oldest. I don't have that issue with them because
Mhm.
on my father's side, all four of us are professionals. And so we are not really dependent for material things. We are more dependent for support for the four of us on my father's side. So when we come together, we talk, is moral support, and we bounce off ideas and we just chit chat and gone. So I
Mhm.
don't have that pressure from my sibling from my father's side. From my mother's side, no. I am the only one in that from my mother's sibling who went to high school, and I am the only one who went to university. And so they put me on this pedestal and they lift me up. And when we have family gathering, this is my sister rich, and my sister this, and my
Mm.
sister have this, and my sister bright, and me see, and it makes me feel bad because me I say, boy, if them did have education, or if them did have a skill, they have skill, but so I kind of feel like
Limited.
That
me
is the guilt.
obligated to them to
That
help
is
Mhm.
the
them.
guilt.
Mhm.
Can I say
Can I
something?
say?
Uh,
Go
Miss,
ahead.
Charles.
so women are socially conditioned to feel guilt more often.
Nurture, yeah. Mhm.
So when we're young girls, we're encouraged to be accommodating, to maintain harmony, to care
Nurturing.
for others' emotions, because we wanted to avoid being difficult or selfish, or thinking that we're too much. So we are conditioned to feel that way. So that's why it's really hard. Sometimes I'm not psychoanalyzing you, but I'm just thinking that may be hard, why it's hard for you to set boundaries and to say no,
mm,
no,
mm,
because of that you may be being used. Because
Mm.
mhm,
if you're always saying yes, they
Mhm.
know to come to auntie or sister,
Exactly.
you will get
Mhm.
what they want. And you have to set those boundaries, or otherwise,
Mhm.
I'm not saying they are using you, but it's a possibility. You
Yeah,
don't
because
get
they see.
loving towards them. But we're
Mhm.
naturally conditioned, and men the opposite. They're praised, they're admired or accepted to be assertive and to say no, and and so that what reinforces the guilt in us
Mhm.
women. So you have to retrain yourself, get out of that
Mhm.
mindset that you have to be
Yeah.
and
Auntie them
have
Same
know
with
say
my
a week
children, them
friend.
Lily.
Yeah.
My children, them have me weak to me.
Yeah.
Can't say no
I,
to them.
I was with Lily because I'm in the chat. That's why I see me looking over here.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
on the
saying the
phone.
same thing
I
with
would
me,
say,
Lily.
well,
My two daughters are adult, and I cannot say no to them.
Them know
mm,
you're weak fence,
can
auntie.
we say,
Them know.
can we say,
Them
Lily,
just have to push it and you just
L- L-
collapse.
Lily, I'm
Mhm.
reading one of your earlier comments, or when you say where she says, I worry about everything, even when there's nothing to worry about. So she's like
I
always,
was at that stage one time, until
mhm.
I just stopped. I stopped worrying because I realized that worry don't help, it only stress you.
Do
So
you
I've
know?
stopped.
And
But it took me a long while to realize that.
Dr. Charles, you can,
yeah.
I don't know your doctorate, what you're in, but one of the things that I've learned and I've heard, and I think it
But Jane,
stress,
do I wish I could do that.
stress
Hmm.
traumatizes your cells.
It does. You are hurting yourself by stressing, and
Absolutely.
it
It's
causes
mhm,
illness.
It's
you know.
trauma.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah, it's
trauma to the
you know,
body. You get
right,
sick with that.
exactly, Yvonne. And the body stores trauma.
Mm-hmm.
That's why
Years and
many of us,
years.
we have diabetes, different kind of, conditions that
There's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
autoimmune
because of
diseases
it.
that are caused by the traumas that we hold
Mhm.
in our bodies.
In our bodies. It
That's
causes
Um,
it's a known
cancer.
thing. It's
uh,
a real
So
thing.
so my doctorate, I'm a clinical psychologist. That's
Okay.
my education is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dr.
But yeah,
Charles,
yes, I'm sorry.
do you work with somatic therapy?
No, so now I don't have my practice. I am actually working in a school with children who have been traumatized,
Mm-hmm.
who need at the time when the shooting started in the schools, they started contracting therapists to go into the
That's
schools full
correct.
time to be there for, uh,
Correct.
kinds of, suicidal ideology, any kind of trauma. So that's what I have been doing. But I have in the past, especially when I worked with battered women.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
That was,
It's true.
because
True.
because um, a lot of therapists deal with what they call it from top down, right?
Hmm.
hmm
Where you're dealing with the talking and what's happening in the mind. But
right.
someone just brought it up in the body where the stress is. Um, I I don't want to say how to do it because I'm not fully trained as it is yet. But
hmm
it would be helpful if everybody could maybe you can find it online and see if you can understand what is somatic healing. It really do with the body, and you're really not having it's you're going to have a therapist, but it's really you are really addressing what are the traumas in your body and how to address it and come through it. Eventually in time I could do it because but I don't want to do it as yet, because one of the reasons why I was interested in it is I used to be a teacher and I taught in New York City. And one of the things that, especially in the low income, you see the trauma in the students, and you do sending them to the guidance counselor and the school psychologist was like a revolving door. And so I started learning, saying there's something has to give. So when I started now doing with the recovery, because that's part of another thing that I do for substance abuse recovery, in the training it came up with trauma informed care, and then so I'm studying it to be able to work with those clients. But the person who is training me, I told them that I really want to go into the schools because there was so much we saw in the trauma, and if I could just bring a sort of healing. So there, as you said, there's trauma in the body. Look
Mm-hmm.
at how you can help yourself without having a therapist, and then gradually as it go on, because it's just like something that kept coming up to me. That's why I ask it,
hmm
and it
Mm-hmm.
goes in, and I think especially just being on this platform, what is happening is so bad. And I think if
Yeah.
we if we
Mm-hmm.
don't
Yes.
safeguard ourselves, it's gonna
Yeah,
have
it
a
will
very
take,
bad
yeah.
impact.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
So
I like what you
folks,
asked the women to look for, but just so that they know that the body doesn't store stress in one place.
yeah.
It shows up, physically, like maybe muscle tension. It's in your nervous system. Um, so listen to your body, your neck and
Mm-hmm.
shoulders, tightness, stiffness, tension, headaches. That's a sign.
Your
If you
head.
find yourself clenching your teeth or gritting your
Mm-hmm.
teeth at night, that's a
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to
Oh,
deal with
really?
uh,
something.
like another symptom like tightening in your chest or your breathing, shallow breathing and your racing heart. Sometimes something will happen, it'll trigger, like you feel like something in your gut, in your stomach. You start having maybe nausea or cramps,
Mm-hmm.
things like that, right? Even in your hands and legs, if they're restless and you're shaking or fidgety, those are things
Mm-hmm.
skin breakouts, things like that. It comes
Um,
out in different ways to look for um, when you're thinking about
Mhm.
it. And what really helps if you don't want therapy is learning how to meditate and to be
Mhm.
mindful about what's going on within
so
you,
so Jane.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. So, deep breathing, exercise, nice music, stretching.
You
Go
know,
get a
that is what I
massage.
lack.
Yeah.
I need to start
Music, yeah.
exercising.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Miss Talk Up, sleep.
Sleep.
Well,
You
For
on
know,
your
that
so
note,
body.
folks,
I
I was
think this
about
is
to
the
say one second
yeah,
talk
we're
up.
going to wrap up now because I didn't go
I
so
was
long.
about I give
Yeah.
myself until 11:30, and because the
Yes.
conversation was so on that
We're
note,
going to wrap up
Oh,
too.
wait a
yes,
minute.
I'm
Even if
gonna
we
go
have
Oh,
a
I'm
sleep.
part
not
two.
here. What time did you start? What time did you
We
start?
started from about 7:38
7:30.
there, but
Mm-hmm.
we're wrap up now. But these are this is an ongoing series, so we will talk about it because I
Okay.
really need help because I realize that this guilt trip of being successful and
Mm.
then want to make your family think you're better than them. That is where I find myself sometimes.
So
Like
you
you
go,
So
you
suppress
need to
your.
go and buy a sweatshirt that says it's not my fault.
She has it.
no, no,
She
worrying
have
about
it.
it
Have our
She
own
have
now.
shirts, them. She have our own success, them. She
Yes,
has her
it's
own
not my
merch.
fault. I bought mine and I
it. Yeah.
started
Okay,
to
you
So
have
start.
that,
wear it.
Kimberly. You need to wear that and believe it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not your
No,
Mm-hmm.
when she get a request, put on
Nice,
the
your
shirt
little
real quick.
There
flowers.
you go.
Yeah, that's it.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
And
guys.
have a conversation with me. I find that I sit down and talk to
Thanks,
my
Lily.
creator as if I'm talking to one of you guys here.
nice,
Ask
Lily.
question, but have that conversation.
That's how I talk to the Lord
Yes,
most
yeah,
times. I sit
yeah,
with him
yeah.
and I
Just
talk to
like a
him.
one-on-one. I may ask a
Absolutely.
question them too, and I'm asking the questions too, like
And listen,
why about certain things, like just that conversation. That helps me because
Thank
it's
you, Lily.
an outlet and the faith. So with that,
So
because
anyway,
I'm
as I said, we
mm-hmm,
can
our
I just
thing must
quickly
come to
add
an yes,
something to what
quickly,
you said,
Queen.
Miss
We're
Mark? Just real quick. You
mm-hmm.
cannot. People are talking about worrying all the time. I heard that several times. You have to pray. You can't worry and pray at the
Oh
same
my
time. Either
God.
you're worry or you're going to give it to God and let it go.
okay.
Don't hold on to it. Okay, that's it. I'm
Yeah, that's
All
it.
Thank
right.
Maggie
you.
Okay.
Poo, you
Thank
just
Thank
come.
you.
you.
Yeah,
So
And talk
Maggie.
up. Remember
same
that God
place.
is the main provider, not you.
Good
Okay.
night, Maggie.
So
Yeah, you missed
same
it.
place, same time, guys. And Saturday
amen.
night now is when we come with the
They
real
get loose. Yeah.
shenanigans.
The
Yeah.
loose
And
argument
so,
them on
guys,
Saturday
I will
night.
see you all on
Them
Saturday.
dirty people.
Yeah. But Wednesday, Maggie
Right,
Poo,
Go
yeah, this is
and
gonna be
Maggie,
what is
we
series
love
called
you.
again? Talk up.
Saturday
It's called a
night,
this
it's
is the
why
Dutty Couch
rum.
series
Dirty
That's
where
Talk series.
why
we
rum.
do talk. On Saturdays we go standpipe.
And
Good on
I,
this stuff.
what a run. People are get pull it, pull it, pull
Yeah.
it.
Saturdays we go standpipe.
Good
All
night.
right.
Good
Good night,
Bye,
night.
folks. This
guys.
was
I love
great. I
you.
Love
really
you
enjoyed
good
it.
all. Thank you
evening.
guys about my lippies. I'm a lippy
Yeah,
girl.
yeah,
Good
like,
night. Good
yeah.
night.
No, watch
Love
no
you.
face.
Now
Bye,
watch no
guys.
face.
Bye,
I'm
guys
24 on
online. Bye,
every
guys in the
side.
chat.
Bye,
This was
guys.
good. This was good. Bye.
Bye.
It was
Bye.
great. Love you, Auntie. We love you. We
Love you
love
too
Yeah.
there. Bye.
Bye.
Mhm.